demos from the next fest that's going on right now, and there's a plethora of them. There's so many demos that there's not enough time in the world to play them. So you have to go solely off of how they look. And I have to say, that is probably the most interesting part about this whole thing is browsing for demos to play, because some of them look really good until you get into it, and then then they don't look good, and then there's the opposite. So it's a fun time. With me is Gardner and High Tech Lowlife, and of course me, James, also known as the Brain Core, Games Revealed.
James Revealed.
James Revealed.
That seems a little dicey, spicy.
That's a
That's
yeah,
your
that's
OnlyFans.
that's a reoccurring joke that we do sometimes. Because I'm like, well, if it gets worse, worse comes to worse, I need to get a job or something. I can always do James Revealed instead on OnlyFans. But
There you go.
So we got our first message from Rachie. Morning chat. Morning Rachie.
good old.
So we
Rachie.
have good old Rachie.
welcome, Richie.
And welcome to the chat. Now.
So I have my gaming fuel here. I have a Coke and I have a coffee. I don't know if you guys are prepared for this, but I have. Maybe not the
Coke
vice,
and coffee.
I've got water. A beer stein full of water.
I've got a bottle of water.
Ooh, go hard into the microplastics. Nice.
No, I've got one of those like reusable bottles.
Yeah. Same. Just
I should get a metal bottle though. Maybe I'll get micro metals. Maybe get nano machines inside. Nano machines, son.
Nah, just aluminum,
Nano machines, not to be confused with micro machines.
Oh,
Oh man,
And
darn
this is
it.
what the podcast is like before we edit.
Yeah,
I don't think we edit any jokes out. All the jokes are pure and come in.
No, there's just
Yeah, but we always have a sweet-
because we're on a because we're doing the video chat. That I usually cut out as many of the long pauses as I can.
Ooh. Oh, we can see the messages in Riverside. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know
you
that.
didn't see that? Yeah, there's a chat section.
Hey, look at
No, I had a no. I usually just like go on YouTube to respond, or I just like pull up YouTube and like. Okay, it's kind of hard because one of my monitors still fucked up, but like
Oh,
I
yeah.
usually have YouTube on the other monitor, so I can just read chat that way. But hey, it is what it is. How many viewers do we have?
looks like 2.
It's really early.
No.
Damn. Well, that's okay. That's okay. What matters is people watch it after we do all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then we also put it on our podcasting platforms. So hey, YouTubers get people that watch videos on YouTube, they get priority,
Yep.
apparently.
Yeah, it's the only one you can live stream on.
Yep. So, fellows, what have y'all? Oh yeah, James, you're the host, James. Come
I
on.
know. You guys are just chatting a lot. Yeah, so what have you guys been doing this week? Let's get into that.
Next Fest. Nothing but Next Fest.
Nice.
How many demos did you try out this week, High Tech?
Close to 50.
Wow.
I don't know. I want to be impressed, but I also want to be disappointed. I don't know which one to feel right now.
It's
I mean, I'm
okay.
impressed.
That you didn't try out more.
Some of the demos like didn't run. Some of the demos didn't actually run on Steam Deck, so I'm counting those too.
Oh, really? I tried 5.
Yeah.
I have 10 or 15 downloaded on my deck, but I've tried 5 of them.
Yeah, to be honest, I only like half of the ones I've played.
It's very interesting. A very interesting set of demos. I got a couple of ones that I'm like, these look horrible, but they could still be fun.
Oh.
A lot of survival horror.
Dude, it's okay because we didn't spend any money. If you
Right.
spent like $60 in a game like that, though, it's a bit of a nightmare.
They
You know, that's why so many people can enjoy like bad movies because they can just if they want to watch it, they can just pirate it. Or well, I mean, not saying you couldn't pirate video games, but like it's more common to pirate movies, probably.
Yeah. I don't know nowadays. I feel like I don't know.
I feel like
Well, now-
pirating games is way more complicated than it used to be. Like I don't know
Games?
because I haven't tried.
Like AAA games, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that people don't know how to download shit. They just go on like Google and they click on the first result and then they get a virus and that scares them off. Whereas like
Yeah.
you can look up movies and it just streams from a piracy website and you don't even download anything.
Mhm.
And if you have ad block, then it's relatively safer-ish. Maybe not safe from the ISP though.
No.
Do you think that they're promoting viruses, these companies? They're like, we're just going to have like the first 5 CD key hacks or whatever be just viruses that they promote.
Wait, high tech, come back.
So from what I understand, I think there was one company in Japan that did this, where they released a quote unquote cracked version of their end game. This is from like the early 2000s. And then so they released a quote unquote cracked version of their game. And then to like you had to put in your name and stuff, and it took a picture of you, and then the developers exposed you on their websites until you like said sorry. It was hilarious.
Shame, man. Shame it. You gotta shame them.
Dude, public shaming does work. It's also the best anti-cheat, as you recall from last week.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. I have a hard time with that one because I don't even cheat. I don't know how I would Yeah, I just don't know.
See,
Sorry.
Raichi says the demo I want to try is Roadcraft from Cyber Interactive. Now, what is Roadcraft from Cyber Interactive?
I feel
Let's
like
look it
it's
up.
mixed reviews too.
It looks like it's a game where you clear out debris and shit. And I mean, it seems pretty neat. There's a game that's like that on Steam already, though it has more of like voxel style graphics, like Teardown.
Yeah.
I think
Teardown.
isn't that you're not just cleaning stuff up though. Sometimes you're like blowing people's shit up.
This
Dude, imagine
honestly,
yeah.
this
sorry,
game
Jay.
it honestly looks fun. It looks like it'd be perfect for my kids too, for me and my kids to play.
Dude, you know what they should do though? They should make a game like Teardown, but it's an actual game. Like imagine if they made an FPS with like Teardown level destructions. That would be kind of sick. And I think there's a mod for it that has structural integrity. So like Teardown by itself doesn't have structural integrity. Like if you take out the like foundation of a building, it doesn't collapse. But with this mod, it uses an insane amount of CPU, by the way. But if you like take down the foundation of a building with the mod enabled, it like starts to crack. Like the walls start to crack and then it falls. It's awesome.
Do I still sound fine?
Yep.
Yeah, you still sound fun.
Okay, cool. I started OBS and it does weird stuff.
So I think today we have to celebrate someone's birthday.
Whose birthday?
Someone's
I think-
birthday?
Something's
Steam
birthday,
Deck?
more like.
Nah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Does
So,
someone have
Jane-
a birthday cake or anything?
No.
The
Dude,
cake
that
is a
would've been
lie.
good.
Come on, dude.
Well, the cake is a lie, dude.
So like a pie, a Steam Deck pie.
And the pie is a lie.
The pie is a lie. I wonder if
Dude.
they get Costco to write like the cake is a lie on their cake and do a video on that.
I don't see why they wouldn't. You're paying them. They'll write anything,
I know,
probably.
of course, it's nothing like. Well, I don't know if they'll write anything, but yeah. Yeah. So, is Valve doing anything special for the birthday this year? Do you know?
I didn't.
No, but we did see some statistics. According to AMD, the combined sales of the ROG Ally, the Steam Deck, and the Legion Go hit 8 million total sales. And many are speculating that and many are speculating that the Steam Deck hit 4 million of those sales.
Huh.
Now, I don't have any concrete numbers,
No.
but that does sound pretty impressive for a admittedly sort of niche device.
Honestly, I think it would be more than that. I mean, how much? I don't know. I feel like the ROG Ally and the Legion Go are more niche than the Steam Deck, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Steam Deck is definitely a lot more mainstream, but like compared to something like the Nintendo Switch, which sold 20 million on year 3, I mean, that's not even. People are saying the Steam Deck was a failure because the Switch sold 20 million, like 20 million units, and that's not even a real. That's not even a real comparison because Nintendo puts a lot in that in marketing,
Yeah.
and it works. Whereas Valve. When's the last time you've seen Valve market anything outside of Steam?
Never. I mean, they had the one or the 2 trailers for the original Steam Deck and for the OLED, but that's about all the marketing I've seen them do.
I mean, yeah, you've never seen a Steam Deck on TV before, have you?
No.
I certainly haven't.
I have. It wasn't on TV. It was a live stream on the Game Awards.
Oh, that doesn't count.
It wasn't an ad though.
Wasn't that AMD?
No. Yeah.
Was that? I think that was an AMD ad, actually, not a.
Still counts.
Okay.
I'm kidding. No, they don't do any marketing for the most part. They do give out. Honestly, if they were smart, they would with the Steam Deck 2, they would give out even more to even smaller creators to grow their channels, because that is a really good way to market on a budget and also show goodwill.
You know what Valve should do when the Steam Deck 2 rolls around?
No.
Give it to me.
Dude, yeah, you know it, man. All 3 of us, we're gonna show off our Steam Decks. I mean, our Steam Deck 2s, and then we can play video games together. Speaking of which, though, this isn't on the topic list, but I've seen some mentions of a Steam Deck Pro or some shit like that. At the very least, we saw an Aerith Pro APU, and from what I understand, Pierre Lubrified categorically denied those rumors that there is no Steam Deck Pro coming out. So then, yeah, the Fox seems to believe that this might have to do with Fremont.
Yeah.
Why is that exactly?
I think Fremont is going to have an upgraded Steam Deck CPU, and that's where we're going to end up finding.
Yeah, because I'm sure the Steam Deck is a lot more capable than we realize. If A, we didn't have to worry about battery life or thermal constraints,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it could run a lot. It could run a lot better.
And memory bandwidth, because I watched the Fox's video, and it's I think the Steam Deck has 5,000 something megatransfers a second, and the Pro has 8,500 megatransfers a second. So between memory bandwidth rising and having less thermal overhead and more power available, I think that a console of that, a Steam Deck console, basically, is going to be pretty incredible. Very capable.
Well, this is one of the topics I do want to talk about, and this leads kind of into it a little bit, is that I do think what would make a perfect Steam machine this year is going to be that framework desktop. High Tech threw it in the chat, and framework has always been interesting, but I don't want a laptop like that per se. My MacBooks last 4 or 5 years; they're great, but I have been wanting a Steam machine solely to do co-op and all that, but potentially even replace my desktop right now because it's just also struggling a little bit. I'm really, really interested in this framework desktop. I haven't reserved it, I haven't reserved one yet, and I'm going to contact them too. But I plan on at least buying one.
So Raichi says the problem I have with the Steam Deck is it has a stronger CPU to the PS4, but a weaker GPU, so I can play stuff at 60 FPS, but at 40p, 680p. Well, listen, dude, the Steam Deck screen is 800p maximum if you're playing in handheld mode. like, yeah, you're playing stuff at like 720p because, I mean, it doesn't make sense to raise the resolution when the screen itself doesn't even support a higher resolution. And when you're playing games on the go, you kind of have to make concessions because of battery. Like, if they made a technology that gives like the Steam Deck infinite power, that'd be awesome. But like, that's not happening in our lifetimes.
I want options. I don't care if it burns through and only have an hour, but I have 1080. That's what I want. I want something like a 1200 1080p for my next Steam Deck. Just gonna say it. Like, I can plug. I noticeably like more than FSR or anything else. The resolution side does bother me actually. Like 480 on a Steam Deck, I can't do that very well. It's actually a saving grace of FSR because then it'll upscale, for me at least. But I think we all kind of are a little different with this.
I mean, personally speaking, I think I'm okay with the lower resolution. I mean, it's a small screen. It's a relatively speaking, it's a small screen.
That's my point though. Is preferences is that like it's nice to have the options, and that's one of the nice things about PC. So I would rather them, and I do agree. Like I think these. To save battery and everything like that, they underpower the Steam Deck a little bit, but I don't really like. They're one of the biggest things I saw was actually RAM with a lot of games I play. That's the games I play, and this is anecdotal. Is the limiter is RAM for me.
So personally speaking, I do sort of agree with your point. I do. What I would like Valve to do for like the next iteration of the Steam Deck 2 is to, you know, when it's docked, have it like. Valve claims that it runs at full power when, like, all the time, right? Even when docked, right? But I feel like Valve could push it just a little bit more when plugged in, and that's kind of what I want. Like near how the Nintendo Switch runs slightly, like, yeah, a slightly higher clock speed and such when docked. Yeah, think of it like that. That'd be nice.
I want options. I want to be able to run it as high as I want in battery mode, like in like docked or non-docked, but I want the options. I agree. Like I want to be able to configure it to like, okay, let's limit it pretty low on the go and then go full speed or overclock it a little bit with the dock. But you know what really they should be working on, and I don't know why this doesn't get more traction, is just an eGPU dock. Just do an eGPU dock with Steam Deck 2. Plug it in, you get more, like it's just, it makes sense. Like that's the way we should go, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, what GPU should we put in this eGPU dock?
Well, the new GPUs coming out are looking really sexy. The AMD's 9070.
Oh yeah, the sexiest part though is the price.
The price is also the
$599.
weirdest part too. It's like a kink of theirs. They're like, okay, we're gonna be doing this weird price gap of like pretty big performance, but only $50 difference. Like, why would you get the not get the XT version? I don't know if you guys looked into this much.
It's like price anchoring, man. They want to make the 9070 look a good 9070 XT look a good deal in comparison to the regular 9070. And I don't understand why they're doing it. I don't think that works the same way for a GPU as it does for like any other markets, but like, god damn it, man. God damn it, AMD. Just lower the price, man. People are gonna give this a bad review, and then you're gonna lower the price later, but all the bad reviews are out there now, and no one's gonna fucking buy these.
Of the 9070. The 9070,
yeah, the regular
9070, I think will get good reviews and everything, but the 9070, it just doesn't even make sense, except for with these types of devices, it's the same GPU core. Like it's just rated better, right? Like when they do stress testing, if it can run better, they usually upscale it to the next level. And so I'm thinking that's what it is. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't get where they're going, but I do love where they're going with that price to performance. It sounds pretty sexy.
Now, to be honest, I kind of wish AMD competed on the high end again because, you know, I'm hoping that AMD does compete in the high end for like the 10,000 series GPUs or whatever that comes next. But I certainly hope that they compete and that they put up a decent price because Lord knows, historically, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, But historically, AMD has always priced their GPUs pretty close to the Nvidia prices, but like $50 less, but like let's say 25% worse performance. And honestly, that's not worth it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do hope that this is like a little bit of a AMD starting to do more to be more competitive, and that they'll start getting into the higher end. But I'm about ready to just, and the reason why I bring up the framework stuff, like this framework desktop, one of the reasons is because I'm kind of done with the high end right now. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back, but it's just price to performance is just, it's a linear scale, and I don't like it. I just don't like that. Every year they just include a couple more cores, and then they just up the price, and I'm not. I'm fine with a mid range card these days. They play almost everything great.
So Reichi says, I believe the 9070 XT will be out of stock and that the 9070 will be the only thing in stock. So, I mean, I guess it's a fair point given how but that's more of Nvidia's playbook. They like to make GPUs scarce so they can justify the prices. Whereas AMD apparently delayed the launch of these to get more stock.
So yeah, the stores, and this is from Linux Tech Tips, but the stores have been stocking it for a few months now, and it sounds like there should be, you should not be having the same issue that Nvidia. Does that mean that they're not going to be sold out? I think it's a pretty sexy price to performance. It sounds like everything's looking good, but we'll have to see what reviews say, of course. But at the end of the day, like, it will be sold out, but it won't be because they did stock limiting like Nvidia does, or Sony even does. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and also one more thing too is that I don't really think scalpers would go for these cards because, you know, the 5090 has that mystique of being the fastest gaming GPU on the market. And some people will pay that pretty penny for that, even if it's from a scalper. Whereas, yeah, this is a mid-range card. No one's gonna want to pay scalpers for like a jacked up price for a mid-range card, right? No one's gonna pay $1,000 for this, right? I wouldn't think so.
It depends on the scarcity level and how hard it is to get and what the demand is. But I agree. I don't think it's going to be as bad. But in the past, when we had GPU limitation, like back with COVID, like everything was expensive. It was everything was bumped up by $200 or $300. So it definitely is capable of going there, but we'll see. Like, it depends. Like, I'm really hoping AMD is really trying to be competitive, because they could really eat Nvidia's lunch if they really wanted to just be like, okay, we're going to have a lot at launch. We're not playing these games. We're going to give what gamers actually want, which is the ability to buy it, because you're going to kill excitement if you can't get in my opinion, if you can't get the GPU. And like for me, Nvidia is like that. I'm not going to play the game of trying to get it.
Reichi says 6 years ago, $600 was the high end. Yes, I miss Polaris. The RX 580 was the real bargain. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. 6 years ago was a long time ago, and times have changed. Prices have gone up.
Yeah.
And I mean, what more can I say? It's all Nvidia's fault. And honestly, I also partly blame AMD. They're kind of complicit with this whole issue. Kind of complicit. They just let AMD run wild, and they also price their GPU similarly as well because, I mean, they can make a little more dosh. Now, I think the real savior of GPUs may be coming in the form of Intel. Now, Intel hasn't proven themselves to be nearly as good, but that's just my hope. My hope is that Intel can actually make a decent GPU and not overcharge for it, and then disrupt the market, because Lord knows I don't want a duopoly of AMD and Nvidia, because we all know how that's going to end up.
Yeah.
It's better than just what we have now, which it feels like Nvidia. Like, I felt like if I want to get the best deal, Nvidia, or not the best deal, but like the best graphics card that will last me for years to go in the past, like Nvidia. And I understand their modeling a little bit better than AMD's. AMD's modeling is kind of all over the place sometimes with their names. I don't know that, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. All I know is I'm going more AMD these days for now. I think they're more customer and consumer friendly.
Not to mention open source.
That yeah, I think that's a big part of being customer friendly is
Yeah.
not trying to, shut your customers out altogether or not listening to what they want.
Yep.
Let me see what's going. Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's the GPU market's all kind of weird, all kinds of weird, especially now since AI is a major like driver. And unlike crypto, where crypto crashed and burned, and like no one fucking like. When's the last time we've heard anyone crypto farm?
Crypto's still a thing, but the problem is it was getting to a point where it was hard to farm anyways. Crypto's still a thing. Bitcoin's still rising. It's not as big as it used to be, which is good. You don't have but you still have your crypto boys or bros or whatever, and it's just it is.
I mean, yeah, you have your crypto bros, but they're all trying to like scam each other as opposed to like buy up all the GPUs to farm crypto nowadays. Like I haven't heard anyone. I haven't heard people.
Well, yeah. It's not
yeah, but AI
productive to do that now because
the point
like with mining, you hit limitations because it gets harder and harder, and our tech didn't grow with it. So,
well, the point I'm trying to make though is that AI is a little different. AI doesn't seem like something that'll go away anytime soon, and as such, people are buying up these GPUs to do AI, and Nvidia is artificially capping GPUs like VRAM to not because they want all the AI guys to buy their Quattro cards or the Tesla cards. Can you believe that Nvidia has a line of GPUs called the Tesla line? It's kind of crazy.
How long have they had that? I can't remember. I know Quadro, like that's a professional card, but
yeah.
I thought Tesla was like one of the architecture names.
See, and also Raichi, he says my theory why Nvidia is expensive for gamers is because they fuse the consumer cards with the professional cards together, so the barrier for pro dropped, but the barrier for gamers increased. I don't agree, because Nvidia is still clearly handicapping VRAM across the board, so that people don't just buy AI developers and like people that like AI don't just buy their gaming cards to the AI. Like the 32 gigabytes of VRAM is not enough for an AI model. Well, it's probably like it's the lowest amount that I would consider to be acceptable for an AI model.
I don't know. Gardner proved that it runs pretty good on the Steam Deck.
I
was shocked.
8 billion
I was shocked. Yeah, it was the 7 billion. Yeah, if you're going to be serious though, you're going to be getting the Quadro or probably a more custom chipset from Nvidia, and they do not fuse them, by the way. They're very different cards. Like High Tech mentioned, like with the Quadro. The Quadro is a professional. It's usually for like game development or other high intensive GPU tasks. I don't know if it's even used as much for AI. But I think Nvidia has its own line of AI cards that they more or less sell to exclusively to open AI and stuff like that. There's a whole problem with all this because it's all down to like two companies really doing a lot of this. Another reason I like the framework and some of these other AI models coming out is like framework. You can get a 128 gigabyte version of it that can share the memory up to 96 gigabytes. Mm-hmm. That is enough RAM to run anything you'd want to run. I can finally make my AI assistant that we talked about. Like I'm going to have an AI assistant. I'm going to be training it every day. I'm going to have some fun with it. But
House, write me a article on why Nvidia bad, AMD good.
I posted a video about the framework desktop, and someone in the comments was like, I'm so disappointed in framework. They're now removing modular RAM so that they can price gouge. And I was like, it's $2,000. Like, I built this computer here for like $4,500, right? And I have 128 gigs of RAM, and like a third of that budget was to RAM, right? Like, it's insane. Like if you buy RAM modules, and it's like if you buy like a Mac Pro, you can't even get 128 gigabytes in a Mac Studio, I should say.
Fancy.
Yeah. So here's the thing. If you go and look at the Mac Studio compared to, let's say you go with this, it is $2,000. I think is pretty reasonable for this setup.
Yeah.
Personally,
If you max out the RAM in a Mac Studio, it's twice that amount, and it's only 64 gigs, I think. It might be 98 gigs, but it's like
Damn.
not in the Studio, but in the Mac Mini, it's 64. It is. You can get a Mac Mini to get more expensive than a MacBook Pro mid stock, which is crazy because it includes like a really nice screen and everything else. Like Apple has a really bad problem with their upgrade cycle. Even though I do like their stuff, they're crazy. This is a very good deal. I mean, you can look at the deal when you look at the memory. So if you go with a 500 gigabyte, $69, I think that's reasonable. If you want to go with a 40 terabyte, it's $349. Like, go look at that online. Like, yeah.
Raichi says, "Is that a Series X?" No, I think this is much smaller than a Series X. Like, can you pull up a size comparison? I think Linus has like a picture of it in his hands.
No, we don't. Well, we can, or we could just go look at the banana comparison right here. This is the
comparison. That's a good one.
So
yeah, that like, it's like as tall as 2 soda cans and like as wide as one.
It's almost
like
the size of a
like,
balls. So, I
balls. Oh shit.
I love their comparisons here. I did a stream on this week, so like I did a bunch of research into this because once you showed this, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a Steam machine, and the game performance on this thing is awesome in the sense of like with Cyberpunk, you're going to be looking at let's say 1440p, quality high. You're looking at 70 frames per second average, which I think is pretty, honestly, really good for an APU. So
if I'm not mistaken, these particular APUs have like 4060, 4070 mobile performance. Am I correct?
Yeah, 4060 performance, but they do compare to 4070 down here. But that's a 4070 laptop. But I'm hearing like 4060 like desktop performance potentially. But
I found the dimensions of the Series X. It's 15 centimeters square by 30 centimeters tall.
Right. So
yeah.
Also, another thing too is that I've heard that there are some like AMD, like there were some limitations in regards to AMD trying to get like, because I think Framework did try to have modular like SODA memory in this, but they couldn't get it working. It wasn't fast enough, essentially.
Yeah,
it was faster if they just soldered the memory.
This is one of the reasons why Mac does that too. So it sucks for upgradability, and I agree with with the premise that Framework's all about longevity, right? It's all about swapping it out however you want, be able to swap out potentially like a different, let's say GPU later on, like their laptops have little ports for that. If you're going to swap this is a little bit different beast. If you're going to swap it out, you're going to have to swap out the whole internals because from my understanding, I don't even think the APU, I think the APU is essentially stuck on there. Like you're stuck with the APU, the RAM. The only thing you can upgrade is the ports, the outside, and the hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
But, I believe you can, hold on. How much is the motherboard by itself? Because I believe the motherboard itself is just a standard, like it's standard size ITX. So like you could stick this in an ITX case.
This is a mini ITX, but yeah. So
yeah, mini ITX. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you could throw it out, throw it into something else. Like I don't imagine why you couldn't do that, but there are like people need to start understanding there's reasons behind doing things before they get upset. Yeah. And not everything is to price gouge you. And that being said, even if it is, it's a competitive thing. Go buy a different computer, in my opinion. I'm not a Framework simp or anything like that. I like what they've done, but I've never been like overly excited about anything until I saw this. One of the cool things too, I know this is supposed to be Next Fest stuff, but is that you can cluster them, and I think that is awesome. That you could. This is a real competitor for like machine learning and AI for the Mac Mini. The Mac Mini you can do this too, but for price to performance, I guarantee this thing's gonna potentially beat it because that RAM size. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Welcome, Steam. Wait, is his name just Steam?
It's Steam
Or
Flow.
oh, I don't see the flow part on the
Yeah.
chat. Whatever. But hey, Steam Flow.
Hello.
Welcome.
The thing about this, the framework desktop, is honestly I don't like the chassis design. Like I think
I don't
it's
either.
it's kind of basic. So if I were to get one of these, I'd just get the bare board. Like I would just get the bare board, which you can get like the laptop boards and stuff. So I'm assuming you'll probably be able to get just the boards with the um, you could put whatever modules, M2 modules on there you want or whatever, and then I'd probably like 3D print like a rack mountable chassis for it. Something that would be sick. You get two of those, you network them together, you have a little rack mounted cluster. That's what gets me excited about this. I think that's gonna be cool.
James, can you pull up the motherboard? I want to see the motherboard.
I don't know if they're selling. Oh yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
I personally don't like. This is one of my biggest problems with Framework is I don't think any of their stuff looks good. Personally, it looks like the '90s plasticky stuff, and I just don't like it. I would probably be getting a special plastic spray paint or getting a kit and actually have like this would be me modding this. I'd have fun designing it. So
Yeah. See,
I
I have a Framework 13, and I think that it is the nicest looking laptop I've ever used. Like, I like it better than the Mac Air, the M1 Mac Air that I had. This is like, it's so nice. It's all aluminum. The biggest issue that I have with it is like if I'm sitting it on my lap without like my little laptop cushion board that I have, then the chassis is a little flexible, and so sometimes the physical switch for clicking the button, like clicking the mouse, doesn't actuate, I guess.
It doesn't actuate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, like I really love the design. I love the finish of it. I think that it's great. And the laptop 12, I'm actually really excited for. I think like if they can get the right price point on the laptop 12, then I think that it's going to have a major impact on getting their brand out in front of people, making their repairability more accessible to folks. I think that it looks really cool. Like it is more plasticky though, like you said, James. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing.
The 13 definitely is the better of the ones I've seen. I haven't held one, obvious, like so I can't say like it's the worst. But I've never. I mean, okay, it's not too bad. I'm watching this now, and I'm like, the 13 definitely is the better of the ones I've seen. I don't know. The MacBooks have always improved, and they're so good, at least in the way that they look personally. But this is the best of both worlds. Almost is that that's the one thing I don't like about the MacBook is it's not customizable. But I've gotten into this flow of my life of I want something that's going to be easy for work because I do a lot of development and a lot of other things. I just want those things to work, and then I want my play devices. My laptop is not my play device. It needs to be the device that is just on the go, and I can always expect it to be what it is. That's why I like the desktop, is that it's my play device. I can throw it into the living room, have fun with it, spray paint it, have my kids put stickers on it. It just seems like the perfect one for me for right now. And so
Also one more thing too, customization. So the front panel can actually be customized with 3D printed, or you can purchase it from them, but you can customize it with little front panels that you can buy from them or 3D print. And I've seen one, and I've seen Linus. He put a logo for Bazite. Wait, do they sell a Bazite logo on there?
I don't
They
think
don't.
they do, but you could. They have a touch graph.
You just-
I love that.
You gotta buy. You gotta load it up. You gotta load it up with all like Arch Linux, tiles, dude. You gotta let them know that you use Arch, by the way.
Yeah, you have to get
Right.
like Scrabble tile style, and then it says BTW asterisk I asterisk use, and then arch all the way down.
So one more thing too. One more thing too. So I know we talked about putting the motherboard in a standard ITX case potentially, but how would front I/O work? Because I don't think I saw any. I don't think I saw any pinouts for like standard I/O ports on the motherboard itself.
It probably does. I'd be shocked if they did a custom board that was like that went away from typical IO ports, but oh, we'd have to look into this.
I mean, to be fair though, the motherboard is designed for these framework like front I/O ports here.
Well, I doubt these. I mean, look at this. It's a USB-C port right there. Like, there's different ones. I think they're all like this.
Yeah, but like, is there like a custom?
So
yeah, but is there like a
on the
custom?
other side, I would be shocked if they didn't have the pins that go into the main board be a typical I/O set of like USB.
James, if you go to the motherboard image,
let's see. I gotta get out of here. Which one's that?
scroll down, keep going, keep going, keep going. There's one where they're like placing it in a case right there, that one
right there.
So if you see like there's like the 24 pin and the 8 pin Molex connectors, yeah, and then there's like, if you follow those down to the bottom left edge, you can see there's two USB type 3.2 Gen 2 headers.
Yep.
Ah, I do see those, and it looks like they have two USB Type C headers on the side, like right, the top right or top left in this case.
Yeah,
And it looks like they have a PCIe like 8 by 8 connector. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure the length of this one, the PCI connector.
that looks by 8. Yeah,
It's 8.
Yeah.
So no, this is looking very standard. So you have a PCIe, you have a bunch of other. It looks like a typical ITX, in my opinion. In that they didn't do anything custom, and that's what I'm liking about this. Like, more and more, this is feeling like the high-end Raspberry Pi to me, where the Raspberry Pi has never been powerful enough for me to experiment with. The performance that this is going to give me is exactly what I want, and I can do a ton of different videos, a ton of different things, and have fun with this thing for a while. I can do AI modeling. I can do my Steam Machine stuff that I want to do with that. With SteamOS coming out, this would be a fun way to write it, especially since it's AMD. It's probably going to be much more compatible with SteamOS, or if it's not, Bazite, right? So I'm here for it.
You could like make a media server out of this too, because it has a little PCIe card. You could stick like a network NIC in that PCIe slot.
doesn't this have
Or better
5 gigabit NICs?
Is it, what? Oh, well, what?
2 5 gigabit NICs on the back, right?
Yeah, but like if you wanted a 10 gigabit NIC, you could put that in there too.
Yeah.
Or you could like turn into a router, add more ports to it.
You can do a lot. That's the thing.
You can do a lot.
It is expensive though. It's not like it's $600. It is a little pricey. It starts at $1,000, but I plan on getting one of these in a Mac Mini, and kind of like gluing them together and having a fun combo box.
I think the only thing you couldn't do is make like a high capacity NAS unless you bought a bunch of like HBA boards, I believe. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
It really depends on what you're trying to do. Like, you can, with the USB-C alone, you can get some pretty good performance out of it with a lot of different NAS setups, but you wouldn't be able to put them into the. You'd have to have external, and then including like I want to get like to upgrade this eGPU wise, right? I could remove my 39. It's the perfect playpen for me and what I want to do right now. And eGPUs, like I really want to invest in eGPUs so that I can play with them on my Steam, not Steam Deck, but hopefully Steam Deck 2 has USB 4, but my other portable devices, this, and just kind of go a little bit smaller and more reusable, I guess I should say, with my tech. Instead of having a huge tower, I'm kind of going away from that, at least this year. So I'm excited. I know we've probably way overkilled this topic. And I'm with Raichi. Raichi mentions I'm 27 and feel so old and tired of the GPU market. I will just get the next gen console in a year or two. That's how it's feeling a little bit for me too, partially. But I don't want to go to the next console because I don't feel like consoles are doing enough. I want this to be my console. I want this to be my co-op box that I'm going to play with my kids to a bunch of old games, but a bunch of new games too. So. I feel that GPU. It's still fun to look into it, and if I was able to do some reviews on new GPUs, I would enjoy it. But my day-to-day life, I just don't care for high-end GPUs right now. So,
Honestly, yeah, I agree. Oh, you can also stick this. You can also stick the motherboard in like an arcade machine.
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah, but you'd have to find some sort of way to convert it to like a VGA connection or a SCART connection. But they have conversion kits.
They have conversion kits. Almost everything's possible these days with this type of stuff, and because it has so much standard I/O on it, I think you're not going to have any issues. That's what I'm excited for this. This is a very powerful, small mini ITX board that can do a lot. It's a lot of power and a little. I like the carrying
handle. Are consoles dead?
Honestly, this is going to replace. Like this will have the same power. I'm actually curious on how this will compare to some of the consoles, but I'm hoping this has. I'd have to look at that now.
But like besides the fact that it has a by 8 slot and it has like the USB-C headers, this is essentially a console motherboard. It's got soldered RAM. You can't change the CPU, and it's an APU, and it's by AMD. It's essentially next gen console hardware.
Yeah,
dude, I'm all
maybe
for
with
it.
some optimizations, you could be even better than the PlayStation 5, which is highly optimized, but like that RAM is sexy for me. Like I really like how much RAM's in there for multitasking.
Yeah, wait, go back up to the performance. They mentioned they mentioned from click on gaming.
Okay.
Yeah, let's look at that. Can you run Cyberpunk at 78 FPS on PS5?
I don't know.
Can you even run at 60 on the PS5?
It probably runs downscaled at 10. It probably runs at 1080 and then upscales to 1440 or 4K depending, and it probably doesn't run at 70. I'd be shocked if it ran at 70. It probably runs at like between 30 and 60.
Yeah, like look at these numbers, man. They look so nice. They look so nice. Like you can run games at like. It does mention Monster Hunter Wilds is running with frame gen on, which is frame generation.
I think it's defaulted to on or something like that. Yeah, it's interesting.
God damn it! I don't know.
I mean, it's set to ultra though. That's the thing that that kind of impresses me with Cyberpunk High, and without frame gen. If you throw frame gen on, you can be playing 4K at these numbers. That's pretty cool. For me, I'm fine playing frame gen with Cyberpunk. Doesn't bother me. Some games do, like I've mentioned, but
yeah, I mean, it really depends.
Plays at 250 plus. The only bad side is it's a virus, so I don't know.
Dude, you can play Valorant. You can't play Valorant on PS5 at 200 and so FPS. You can probably only play at most like 120. I think they are making they're making a console version of Valorant. I do remember this. Let's see. Steam Flow says doesn't mention anything about ray tracing. That is true. They didn't mention anything about ray tracing. You'd have to try out a ray tracing forced game like Indiana Jones, I believe, requires ray tracing. Like you cannot turn ray tracing off because the entire game's designed around it.
So AMD's new architecture, this is based on AMD's new architecture, does ray tracing fine, but I think we're gonna understand more what this is capable of when the 9070 series comes out, because I think it's the same gen, right? And so
Yes. So
I don't have a lot of hope, but at the same time, I don't think a lot of people care about ray tracing these days. Like,
that is
it,
true, but
if
yeah.
it's forced, like Indiana Jones, and the way Indiana Jones performs, anyways, I think it'll run fine on this.
And don't forget that Indiana Jones was designed for the current gen consoles, and those
Yeah.
are AMD hardware. So it's
Yep.
like, and that's basically the Steam Deck's GPU. You know, so
AMD's doing a lot of the things right, and
Yeah.
like to be fair, like AMD owns everything except for the high-end GPU market, which is interesting.
And I
Uh,
believe Indiana Jones is also an id Tech, if I'm not mistaken.
is it on EdTech? I didn't know that.
Oh, Intel.
I believe so because it's developed in Machine Games, and I believe they use id Tech.
Interesting. Yeah, so I don't know what I can't I'm fanboying over this so much. I want to get one so bad. And it's
Yeah,
because
it's
of all the stuff you can do with it. And I don't care about soldered memory. Like 128 is going to be plenty. The only problem is, the 128 is going to last a while. It'd be nice to be able to swap out that APU, but who knows? Maybe there'll be a mod. Maybe someone can desolder it and do something. Who knows? We'll see.
yeah, yeah. Apparently, it is on id Tech. It's on like a custom version of id Tech that Machine Games has.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, id Tech is nice. It's real good shit. I think Microsoft should use it more.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
Well, they own it now.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, maybe they should make Halo 7 on id Tech instead of Unreal.
I am curious before we kind of close this off, and I'm going to start streaming one of the games I have. What, or like streaming it from my Steam Deck to my thing and sharing it. Which version would you get if you were to get one of these and you did have to pay for it and everything? What would you choose?
I would probably
go with the 128 gig. I think it would probably be able to replace my desktop here, in pretty much every way. So, and I don't want to downgrade, so I'd stick with the 128 gig.
Well,
What do you?
when you put it like that, I was gonna go with number 2, but number 3 just seems so appealing.
Here's my thing, high tech. What do you need the 128 gigabytes of RAM for? Is it for just being able to do a lot of different things, or do you have something in mind? For me, I'd be using it for, or I might not use it for LLMs like AI at the beginning, but I would probably retire this at the end of the year into my AI system. What would you use it for?
See, lots of video editing and just having things on the background. Like I have 32 gigabytes of RAM in my system right now.
Yeah.
And when I launch DaVinci Resolve to edit videos, it uses all of my memory. And so I'd like to feed it a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? And also the ability to give your GPU like a lot more VRAM too also kind of helps too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that it's shared RAM, and that's why they soldered it, is because they need it to be as fast as possible, because sharing RAM is one of the cruxes of an APU. But so the faster you can get that that bridge, the better. Okay.
Yeah, but while framework is killing it, some other things are being killed as we speak. Any guesses? I think you guys know what I'm referring to.
Steam Deck 2 it's canceled. Steam Deck 2 is canceled. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
No, not the Steam Deck 2, man. It's fucking Half-Life 2 episode 3 all over again.
Oh no, don't. Okay, let's not bring up that went too far. Okay, let's.
But yeah, so I know you guys know who Mozilla is, but do you think Gen Z knows who Mozilla is? No worry, the generation after that is not going to know who Mozilla is after this move.
Mozilla.
Yeah, they make Firefox and
Firefox.
Thunderbird and a bunch of other shit. I don't know.
They do make Thunderbird. Oh my gosh, I haven't used that in a decade.
That's
So-
still my mail client is Thunderbird.
So Gardner,
Yeah.
Nice.
what would you say is the number one selling point of Firefox
You know,
these days?
uh, well, there's a couple things. Privacy is one of them. Um, Not being based on Google Chrome is another one for me. It's like the only independent browser ish. It's like not controlled by big tech. So I don't know. Those are my two things.
Yeah. So, how would you feel if one of those were killed off, namely the privacy portion? I mean,
You know, I'd probably switch over to something like Ice Weasel.
so here's a quote from Mozilla back in the day. Nope, never have, never will, and we will protect you from many of the advertisers who do. Firefox products are designed to protect your privacy. That's a promise.
Hmm.
Yes, has, will, and won't protect you from Mozilla themselves. Promises were made to be broken. So
Hmm.
enough messing around. They killed off a clause in their like mission statement about privacy, mainly the whole selling data to advertisers portion. I think, and I mean, part of this is due to the fact that they're losing Google as like one of their biggest like
Yeah.
sources of income.
You they're a big company and they need to make money somehow, and this is the crux. This is, I think, the thing that people don't understand sometimes, that things aren't free.
Hmm.
So they either need to restructure or they need to sell stuff off, which seems like maybe the wrong way to go, because that was a huge part of why people use Firefox, right? And so, but I'm curious,
Yeah.
what could have what could they have done to replace that income from Google?
Well, here's the deal. Okay, I know a lot of people are freaking out about this, and this is potentially disastrous, right? However, what Mozilla has been trying to do over the last few years when it comes to um, ethical online advertising has actually been innovative and interesting. It hasn't been flawless. There's been a lot of issues with what they've been doing, but they also there's the potential here that changing their policy on this could open the door to them improving the state of advertising online. Not saying that's going to happen. There's a lot of wiggle room here that could lead to no major browsers protecting your privacy in any way, shape, or form. But if Mozilla can do this, if they can pull off what they've been trying to do, I'm all here for it. I
Hold
know.
on, Raichi said, I will give my data and first move to China if they give me stuff for free.
That's, you know what? There's a lot of people that think that way. Like, and some people don't understand that something free comes at a price, no matter what. And so I really
Yeah.
get, I really get, I don't know. It's really weird. I really question when people are using something for free and then complain if it starts to become paid, because I'm like, well, okay, but or even or the privacy stuff. What do you think was going to be like? How do you think they're making money? How do you think servers are not cheap, despite what people say? Like, it comes at a price. That being said, transparency is key to
Yeah.
this, and you shouldn't use a service unless they're transparent, or maybe have a pro version where they don't do any of that stuff, where you do pay for it. That's one of the things that, like with YouTube, I don't know how they collect my data, but at the end of the day, like, I don't have ads because I pay for it. I'm
Yeah.
willing to do that.
Paying for a web browser in current era?
I
Man,
honestly, I probably would.
would you Firefox Pro? Well, it was like
Like
$20 a month, probably. Oh, hey,
I
it's esoteric.
here's the deal. I would pay. I don't think I'd pay a monthly fee. I might, but I don't think I don't know. I'd pay like several $100s up front to like have a web browser that's guaranteed to not track my bullshit, you know? But it just doesn't seem like a sustainable model when the competition is practicing, you know, the ad supported stuff. Like Google controls everything. They're a vertical monopoly. So they have the browser, they have the technology that's like supposed to be replacing tracking cookies but isn't going to. and they have like the actual advertising network, right? They own the whole stack, and it's like, um, it's like Walmart, right? Like Walmart can go into any community, bankrupt their main street, and become the singular retail fixture because they control everything and they can undermine everyone else's prices. And that's the problem with uh, the model that we have right now with web browsers is like uh, Microsoft has like their um, last click attribution hijacking that they're doing in Edge, uh, and that's how
Yeah,
they're
didn't
making
Honey?
money.
Honey did that too.
Yeah.
Honey did that too.
Yep. And so like I mean it's a good racket to get into. You rip off everybody and make money from it. And Microsoft also has like tons of other business revenue. Firefox has just their browser and then a few other like services that they keep like killing off like Google, right? So it's like I don't know. Like I think Firefox, I think Mozilla should not have like been, oh yeah, we're basically just going to kill off our commitment to privacy, which is what a lot of people are interpreting it as. I don't know if that's exactly what they're saying, but I think that there is potential here for good. It's just that everyone's kind of on a we hate Mozilla bandwagon. Um, I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind about this.
I mean,
I
yes, too. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, be careful. Don't kill off something you like. Your other options are limited.
Yeah.
The open source browsers just aren't as good. I mean, I do. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I use Chromium based browsers. Actually, I use Arc right now, which has a lot of
What's
nice
Arc?
features. It's yeah, Arc is also kind of potentially getting killed off too, but like that's because they're working on an AI browser, but it still works good. I might move over to a different browser that's up and coming, which is called I have to look it up, but it is called Zen browser is a good one. It's based on Mozilla's Firefox though. And I'm not
Oh,
Oh, here's the thing. I don't actually like the Firefox browser as much. I don't like their rendering engine and stuff. It's just I'm not used to it. I'm used to Chromium, and the intricacies that come with that, or the issue, or whatever. Same thing with Safari. Safari is fine and all, and it uses WebKit just like Chromium, but I also just So
so yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. If Mozilla dies, what will happen to all the Firefox like forks? Are they just gonna also die as well because they're not getting updates from Mozilla?
that's
No, the
the cool
community
thing
will
about
take
open
over.
source.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing: there's a cottage industry of content creators who do nothing but shit on Mozilla. I don't know if I'm not going to name names, but there's at least two like pretty big names who do nothing but just like you know undermine the reputation of Mozilla. And to be fair, there is a lot to criticize with Mozilla, but at the same time, like they're
Are
one
they?
of the only companies left
Mm.
that's fighting the Chromium monopoly. You know, like Microsoft was fighting with the original version of Edge, and then they kind of just gave up. And and WebKit is fine, but it's also basically controlled by Apple right now. So and Apple's kind of stymieing the progress of WebKit as well. So
Yeah.
it's just we're in a really precarious place, and we need to be really careful about like levying undue criticism, like because really when you do that, when you like attack just for brownie points on the internet, you're not doing anyone any favors. And Firefox is, I don't know, it's my favorite browser.
Here's the thing, and like you've been talking about, and like I mentioned, be careful because you might kill off a whole set of projects that you're not planning to kill off. Be careful. You can criticize, you can be negative if you want, but don't go too far. And I'm seeing this more and more. And there's a couple of channels I'm not going to mention, even in the tech sphere, they only focus on negative, and I'm done with it. Like because if that's all you're focusing on, you don't see the good also that's coming from some of these companies, any of them. But that being said, I have a threshold, and like Nvidia's kind of hitting that threshold of like, what are you doing good? But Firefox is still producing a lot of good for the open source community. I would like be critical, but also be understanding, and don't just say, oh, because they soldered the RAM onto the thing, it's obviously a money grab, or because they're opening one little thing like with Firefox, like opening up potentially data collection, which I'll have to look into that some more. But it doesn't mean that the whole thing's gone. Look into it, do some research. Don't just assume that it's just boycotting, because you might end up ruining something you like.
Remember, if you assume things, you make an ass out of yourself.
Right. The thing is, like, the article from Ars Technica it's got the sensational headline, right? Firefox deletes promise to never sell your data, asks users not to panic. That's a terrible headline, right? Like, the fact is, what Mozilla said here, and I know there's going to be a lot of skepticism towards this, and rightly so. Everybody is getting screwed over by huge companies all the time. But Mozilla says, in the reason that they removed their commitment to never sell your data is because Mozilla doesn't sell data about you, and we don't buy data about you. Since we strive for transparency, and the legal definition of sale of data is extremely broad in some places, we've had to step back from making the definitive statements you know and love. We still put a lot of work into making sure that the data that we share with our partners, which we need to do to make Firefox commercially viable, is stripped of any identifying information, or shared only in the aggregate, or is put through our privacy preserving technologies like OHTTP. So, like, there's a lot there to unpack. Like, there are ways that clever people can take aggregate data and like suss out potentially personally identifiable information about somebody. But at the same time, they're fighting the good fight still, I think. And I'm not willing to like besmirch them just because they changed something on their website.
Well, I mean, usually, I do tend to agree. This is more of a wait and see situation. We're just going to have to wait and see if Mozilla gets worse because of this, or I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, because Mozilla's kind of they're a big company, but they're also kind of like a smaller company. They're no Google. They're no Microsoft.
Right. I think what they need to do is go back to their roots when the tiny little Netscape corporation was taking on the biggest tech company in the world, and they were very, very, very close to winning, right? They were basically the tech insurgency, and they were fighting against Microsoft. They were one of the primary movers in the Microsoft antitrust case, right? So the fact that they went from being tech insurgents and they were fighting Microsoft to being Google's lapdog, essentially, and they were completely dependent on Google's ad revenue income, or whatever it was, not ad revenue, but search priority revenue, for so long. I mean, it literally corrupted their initial vision. And so they need to go back to where they were, and they need to figure out ways to disrupt big tech like they did in the past. That's my last take on that. I'm very passionate about this, if you can't tell.
No,
yeah, that's good. It's good stuff. But I don't think Mozilla's really there yet. They're not evil. They're certainly no Google for sure. But I can think of a few more companies that fit that criteria.
Yeah.
Like WB. Fuck those guys in particular.
Oh
Yeah. One more thing I will say. There are other open source companies that are more evil than Mozilla. I can think of a few. Automatic is one, but that's it. That's all I'll say.
Automatics, is that the
They're the developers of WordPress.
WordPress? Yeah. Yeah, that's what a weird. That was a weird.
Yep.
I don't know if you followed any of the high tech last year, but like, what a weird. open source controversy last year that the essentially creator and owner of like WordPress went down, just burning the whole thing.
I don't know anything about that. You're gonna have to educate me like later.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
too much
it's
to
just
go into right now. I'll tell you that.
it is it's a lot, and it's really bizarre. Um, yeah. Anything
So you
else?
guys,
Like,
so you
what's
guys, yeah,
yeah,
like you guys mentioned the threshold of like, you know how people like just like to hate on companies because big corporations bad and all that stuff, and how like Nvidia is about to crush that threshold.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's a hard one. Nvidia used to be like they used to do so much. I enjoyed so much of what they did, and then they just stopped innovating in in the consumer section and went into AI and a bunch of other things. And I just then on top of
well, I
it,
mean,
upping the price, screwing over their like doing um controlled releases to do scarcity limitation limits, which is just so anti-consumer. I can't. Like that was a big one for me a couple years ago was when they were doing that.
it's a very Intel like move. Like remember how Intel kind of also like stopped innovating when AMD was basically non-competitive in the CPU space. This was before Ryzen, by the way, for those not watching. Yeah, like AMD was practically non-competitive after the Athlon series, and then the Bulldozer was kind of bad. The FX processors were horrible. I mean, I never had them, but like that's all I've heard. And then Ryzen 1 came out, and then AMD like basically changed their fortune.
Yeah,
Speaking of which,
I had an FX series processor, and it was absolute garbage. It was so bad.
yeah, Intel was the king during then, and guess what they didn't do for like for like a decade?
Innovate.
They didn't innovate. Like I think Sandy Bridge was like the coup de grace of that generation, and then they just kind of like sort of slightly improved the performance every generation up until like I think it was eighth gen was when they like had the biggest jump in years, like from 7 to 8. Yeah, but Intel
Yeah.
still thinks they're on top of the world. They're still barely innovating their CPUs, like as if they were still like not as if AMD were still non-competitive.
I think they
At
kind
least
of
that's what
screwed
it seems
themselves.
like.
I think they kind of screwed themselves over that they stopped innovating, and so that it's hard for them to ramp it back up. And I don't think they're doing good as a company, from my understanding, right? Like,
They're not. I hope Nvidia gets their just desserts as well.
they probably will, especially with how much they put into AI. And I don't know if framework would even put a dent into them, but I'm hoping stuff like this, where we're going to have very specific tech come out that will be AIs and put it into the consumer's hands more, will
Yeah,
hopefully help make it more competitive. We'll see though.
yeah. So I think should we start doing the next fest stuff now?
Yeah, I think so. I think we covered everything I wanted to, like framework, AMD's 9070.
Yeah. Also, we will shout out the last two topics that we were going to talk about for the next fest. EA open sourced Command and Conquer. I know this is Gardner's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GPLv3, I
Yeah.
believe. If I'm not mistaken, that means you could make a game based on Command and Conquer's code
Yep.
and then sell it, so long as you make that game's source code also open source as well.
The only stipulation is you can't call it Command and Conquer, and you can't pretend that it's part like or endorsed by EA. Those are the only two stipulations. But
I think that's
everything
fairly
else,
reasonable.
yeah, and those
All right,
are
that
permissible.
is reasonable.
Yep, those are completely permissible under the GPL3. But yeah, I mean, the fact that like EA of all companies, EA has open sourced some
Gardner's
games
new
and
favorite
they're
company now. New favorite publisher, EA.
Dude, they're my
EA.
favorite. I love EA now. No, I'm just kidding. They're still horrible, but the fact like Jim Vasella should be the next CEO because Jim Vasella is the guy behind this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's a huge Command and Conquer fan himself, and he has been engaging directly as an executive and as a producer with the Command and Conquer community. Do you remember when they released the remastered collection, Command and Conquer Remastered?
I yeah.
Yeah.
What about that?
It was like 5 years ago, and Jim Vasella personally reached out to the development team of OpenRA, which is an open source engine implementation of Red Alert, Command and Conquer, and Dune 2000, and he personally was like, "Hey, would you guys like to help promote this game?" Unlike other companies that would be like, "Oh, you know what? This is an open source project. We're going to shut you down so that you're not competing with us." That's the
Take
kind of
Two.
stuff that EA needs to be doing. This is game preservation, and this is the future of game preservation. And I commend Electronic Arts on doing this, because it's 4 classic Command and Conquer games, and it's Command and Conquer, Red Alert, Renegade, and Generals with the expansions for those games. And the only reason they haven't done Tiberian Sun and Red Alert 2 is because ostensibly the source code for those games has actually been lost. So we may never see those ones get open source,
Oh,
but there's a good chance we'll see more stuff going on in the future, because this is just 1 year of work from one community member who had full access to all of the Command and Conquer archives at EA. It's freaking cool, dude. I don't know if you can tell, I love Command and Conquer, and I'm so pleased with this.
yeah. That is good news, but there's also bad news too. WB, as I've been alluding to, fuck WB. So they closed down Monolith Productions. No relation to Nintendo's similarly named Monolith Soft, who made Xenoblade. So Monolith Productions made the Shadow of Mordor game, and they also made the Nemesis system that was ultimately patented, and that WB still holds a patent to.
Mm.
So they shut down the studio, and they also canceled the planned Wonder Woman game that they were going to release too. That also was supposed to have the Nemesis system implemented as well. And I'm going to tell you right now, WB. Okay, listen. I know we usually hate on Activision and Ubisoft, and EA gets some of that flack. They've been kind of improving over the last couple of months. But I think WB might be the worst company on the list.
Oh yeah, they're one of the biggest villains now.
Yeah, they are, and it's not just video games too.
I just hate software patents. I hate
Mhm.
software patents so much, like with a passion.
Agreed.
Nintendo, WB, any company that does software patents. I mean, BioWare has a software patent on their dialogue system. Like I hate
Wait,
it.
what?
Yeah,
They do?
their radial menu system is patented.
That's so stupid.
So they patented like the way it's presented, like in a radial instead of like, all right, so just make a box with like some dialogue choices, like what Bethesda does. All right, we'll do that. But
Yeah, that's my point with software patents. They don't work at all. It is like with WB's patent with the Nemesis system. That's just slapping together a bunch of things that's been done before. Like it is nothing super. Like it is cool. It's like I wouldn't say it's special though. It is crazy that they were even allowed to patent that, and it really shows that like the patent office needs to not even get into the software world if they don't know what they're doing, because there is no reason to patent that.
and it's also crazy that they get to keep the patent despite the actual studio that designed the whole system no longer existing
and using it. Like here's the thing though, copyright, you have to there's things that go into patents and copyright. So we'll see, maybe if they don't use it for a few years. I know that the patent's up in like what 2035 or something like that. So maybe we'll lose, like maybe by then we'll be able to create something with it, but they might lose the patent before. We'll see.
Ah, man, it's fucked up. Also, on the next fest, they have a Game of Thrones game, a demo, and it's being developed by Netmarble. and it's some bullshit. I tried it out. It doesn't run that well on Steam Deck, and the gameplay's not even that fun, to be honest. It's like a lesser clone of Genshin Impact, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. All I do know is that I am going to present Twisted Tower, which is one of the games I'm playing. I'm playing it on Steam Deck. If you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll be back. I'll be right back. No,
Okay. I'm streaming it to my MacBook from the Steam
Nice.
Deck. So play some of this, chat somewhat about it. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about this, but Gardner, this might be a game for you. Let's see if can I even stream? I should be able to stream this. Let me know if
Ooh, fun.
can
Oh,
you
there
see
you
it?
go. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, cool. I have the sound off, but this game, I don't know if you know anything about Twisted Tower, but it's created by the same person that makes he's a big YouTuber, like game dev YouTuber, Thomas Brush.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes what is it? It's some of like 10 years ago he made some games. And then he's been making this for the past 40 years. And it is I think he
whoa, what is this? It kind of looks like
direct-
Bioshock.
I was thinking Bioshock
exactly. He
Yeah.
took a lot of inspiration from BioShock. For
Yeah.
this, so originally it was supposed to be something else.
Dude, I didn't even
Yeah.
see that guy there. Like, you got close to it, it scared the shit out of me. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what the fuck? Where did he come from?
Dude, what?
So
Thor
it
from
is
Temu, Rachie says.
Thor from
Oh, for Temu.
what?
Like your hammer, dude.
It's
Oh yeah, Thor from Temu. Oh my gosh.
dude, you are Thor from Temu. You do the voice. Can you do the voice? Can you try do the Chris Hemsworth voice?
I'm not a voice person. That's you guys.
Oh, I can't do an Australian accent.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do Thor either, to be honest. Dude, that's a hard one.
Good day. It's not very good.
Good day, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Put some shrimp on the barbie.
You fucking go, mate.
Oh my gosh, that's British. Oh gosh. Yeah, so Twisted Tower has been something they've refreshed multiple times, like the creator of this, Thomas Brush. And so it was cool to see it in the Next Fest. I was actually kind of shocked, even though he said he was going to do it. I just didn't see any promotions for this. I have the audio off because if it can get a little loud, but I think it looks pretty cool. I'm a little disappointed because, but then again, this is a demo. Oh my gosh, it's slowing down a little bit. So I've already been playing it for a little bit. So the premise is that you get this ticket, or like I think it's your daughter that you're having to rescue. That this twisted person, it's kind of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You get a golden ticket, but it's to this twisted tower of craziness that's BioShock inspired in some ways, and you have to rescue your daughter. And so you're going through this whole twisted tower to go through different puzzles to go through and figure out how to get to the top to rescue your daughter. I believe is essentially what the premise is.
Is it a roguelike?
No, it's not a roguelike. At least I don't think it is.
It looks pretty interesting, though. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to get this chat and add this to my list of 50 Steam Next Fest demos to try out in a video, maybe.
All I'm seeing here is, or all I'm hearing right now is, I am Andrew Ryan. Like that guy.
Yeah. He takes a lot of inspiration from BioShock, almost too much in some ways, to where it feels a little too on the nose. But I'm here for it so far. I will have to say, like, the environments could use a little bit more liveliness for this type of game, but yeah.
I mean, it looks cool though. I
it
would
feels a little
definitely give it
empty.
a shot.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
Oh my god.
See what? Yeah, I mean, oh shit, man. It's also like a part. It's like also part horror game. This is.
It's a horror. It's a horror.
It's straight. It's straight up horror,
but it's
man.
It's like BioShock. BioShock, like, if you really think about it, BioShock is purely a horror because, like, that is but it's the way it's a horror. What makes it so much fun is that it's the horror is what humanity would be like if they went under the ocean and became completely libertarian.
Mm-hmm. It's funny when I first played BioShock, I don't like scary games at all. I didn't find it scary in the slightest. Like I didn't find it
Really?
like yeah, not even a
Oh,
little bit, right? And then but I'm like playing the first like I'm showing my little brother who at the time was probably 18 and I was showing him how the game was played and I showed him the intro and he liked the intro cutscene and stuff until the bathysphere surfaces in Rapture and then the frickin' is it someone new? And he's like, wait, don't get out of the bathysphere. Don't get out of the bathysphere. He was terrified. And I was like, what the
the
hell? I didn't think this was scary at all.
I definitely think BioShock is very eerie and creepy. Is it as
yeah,
scary as Dead Space? No, but it's. I put it into like the horror adjacent.
come on, man. Nothing's gonna be as scary as fucking Dead Space 1 when it came out,
yeah,
dude.
no. Yeah.
That shit was terrifying.
That's a hard one.
Especially the Dead Space 2 has its moments too, like the eye scene. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I have the master volume turned down all the way, and you can still hear stuff. That's weird.
I can't hear the game.
I might not be sharing the audio.
That makes
There's
sense.
like-
That's probably what's happening.
There's like
It's probably
dialogue
better.
going on.
It's probably better that way because like I don't know
Yeah.
what games might have like copyrighted music. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
here's my pet peeve with like games too nowadays. A lot of games have a streamer mode that like disables all the copyrighted music. Why not just like not put that in? I feel like okay for like GTA I can understand there being copyrighted music. But I think in this case, GTA has all the leverage. Like they could make it so they have a perpetual license for themselves and anyone that.
Yeah.
All
But
right,
that
maybe
costs
that's a little
money.
ridiculous.
So
Yeah, but
the
they
kno-
print money.
The knocking on this, I can hear it if I shared my audio, but you can't hear anything else. I can't hear anything else.
Mhm.
So as a developer, he must have put in the knocking later and hasn't matched the audio, like the audio bus or whatever, to the main volume because I did the master volume all the way down. So it's a bug. It's a bug. It's kind of funny.
Wait, so you can still hear like the hammer hitting stuff despite the
I can't
volume
hear.
being all the way down.
I can't hear the hammer. I can't hear anything else except for knocking.
Oh.
So
Oh.
he didn't map all the audio to the master or to master volume or whatever it's called that he did on this. So it's an interesting bug. It's an interesting bug for sure.
Yeah, it is interesting.
The one thing that I've
yeah.
noticed that is kind of sticking out to me and I find it's like distracting is if you switch back to your gun and you move the camera like really like rapidly. I don't really like that 007
Like
the fact that
the
is
gun
twisting.
swaying.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that is a little intense. Like do
like-
a 180. Oh wait, never mind. Kill him first.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
like GoldenEye or Time Splitters. It's like a very rare thing to do.
He is not traditionally this is his first person game. Thomas
Yeah.
Brush is usually done. What is it? He has games on Switch and everything like that. They're pretty big indie games.
Mhm.
He's typically done platformers or side scrollers, like indie games. Frick, I really wish I knew what the name of the games were, but you'd recognize him right away.
Yeah, I've heard the name. I can't remember what he does.
If you want, if high tech, if you want, or one of you guys, you can look up what games he does. You can just look up Thomas Brush games, but you'll recognize him right away.
All right. Does the hammer also sway when you like move it? I know we noticed the gun doing that, but
It does a little bit, but it feels more natural. He might have the same swaying animation on the gun. He just need the hammer feels fine, I think, doing it.
yeah, the hammer feels fine. Certainly when I don't know. It does. I do agree with Garden. That does look kind of weird.
I don't like
It looks very exaggerated.
Yeah.
Maybe if they like toned it down a little bit, it'd be a lot better. They could keep the gun swaying.
He did
They
Never
just-
Song and he did Pinstripe.
Pinstripe, yep.
I don't think I've ever played either of those. I don't even think I've heard of either of those, to be honest.
You haven't heard of those? Okay, those are really big indie games back like 10 years ago. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I haven't. I've heard his
haven't played
name.
him,
I
but-
think I know him as a content creator first.
He's a yeah, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
He's
Pinstripe? Is it like? Yeah, I definitely have not heard of this, to be honest. Sorry,
Really?
James.
no, it's
Sorry
okay.
to disappoint you, James.
I know you guys are big into the indies scene, and so I figured you would know those because they're pretty big indie games. I mean, they're indie games that I knew. I never played them much, but
The indie scene is quite big and diverse. You can't possibly know everything. It seems.
is. But he created them like 10 years ago. Like they're kind of at the start of it, so it was a lot less big indie games back then. And so that's why I kind of
Yeah, I don't know,
I'm a
man.
little-
It's
I'm a little
crazy.
surprised. No, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. So
Kinda
see, so Gardner. So
Yeah.
while we're looking at that, what other game did you have in mind, James? I think you said you want to show off 2 games, right?
I have a couple of games, but this is the main one I've been playing just because it was fun, honestly, with the Steam Deck. It's a little laggy streaming it to my computer because this
Yeah.
and this area is a little bit more laggy, to be fair. Like in the beginning, you get pretty solid 30. Right now, it's between 20 and 30, and you can see it. But streaming
Yeah.
obviously doesn't help with that either.
So I will say, one of the games I have listed is co-op. Does one of you guys want to play it?
What game is it?
It's a Gal Guardian Servants of the Dark.
Do I have that?
I've never heard of it.
So it's made by Inti Creates, who made all of the like a lot of the good Mega Man games, like Mega Man Zero. Have you guys played the Mega Man Zero games on the Game Boy Advance?
No.
Oh, dude, it's so good. They're so good. They also made the Gunvolt games. I don't know. I'll have to show it off later. But then another game I want to talk about is Void War. I think I did talk about
If
that.
you want, you guys can take over and stream whatever you want. Or I can
Alright.
bring it up.
I've got a game running right now. If you want to see.
Okay.
Yeah, show us.
Let me.
Alright.
Yeah, you can take over. I'll kill this.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a bit of a longer episode. What's up, guys? I didn't know this was a live show. Well, now you do. Welcome to the live show. You made it to like the second half of the live show. That
Hey,
being
welcome,
the
BT Maverick.
All right.
yeah. This is the second. Ooh, I like
So-
the arm. This one.
This is called Wheel World,
Yeah.
and it's giving me Jet Set Radio vibes, but also Breath of the Wild, and what was the other one I was thinking? But it's giving me like a bunch of like really interesting mishmashed stuff. It's really fun. You can equip the part. So basically, you go around. You have to like collect different parts to upgrade your
bike?
here. And I just picked up. Let's change to the commuter wheel on the back, and change to the commuter wheel on the front. And now I should be able to talk to these guys, and this will unlock a new quest for me. Yeah. Like what you've done with your bike. Yeah, still ugly, but getting up there, you can swap out that glowing skull thing. So that's your little companion. It's a bit Zelda-y.
I love
And
this
what
glove.
now I have to do is like race their friend in order to like earn reputation, so that they'll let me pass to the top of the hill so I can upgrade my bike again. It's pretty fun, honestly. So if I hit right trigger when I'm done talking to this guy.
Do you know about boosting, Gardner?
I did.
I can't. Oh my gosh, the characters, they slouch so bad, their posture, and then the guy doing the push up. But that's all I have to say critical.
I will say that the biggest thing
interesting.
I dislike about it is like the weird, like off-putting character design. Like I find the character here, like when it first opens up, it literally the first thing you see is like an extreme close-up on the main character's face, and the way the eyeballs slide around just made me very uncomfortable. And they look kind of like Adult Swim characters to me, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But I mean, the rest of the art style here looks freaking great. I think like I mean,
Yeah.
look at this. This looks awesome.
Mm.
So now, now that I'm
I
done
agree.
talking, I can actually hop on my bike. If I hold the right
Oh
trigger,
man.
I'm fully like just riding my bike here, and I'm actually going faster because I just upgraded my wheels. So I need to go up to where that glowing spike is over there.
Do some tricks.
I don't think I've unlocked the tricks yet,
Oh.
but yeah. So I did play through the demo again on my computer here, so I could show you guys. Oh, here's a ramp.
Oh, dude, that's what I like to see.
Does it have unlockables like BMX XX?
I don't know. I'll tell you what.
Why'd
though,
you
this
mention
doc-
that one?
This
Because those unlockables are interesting. No,
I'll tell you what though. The oh shit, what was I gonna say? What did you just ask?
Are there unlockables like
I was
BMXXX?
Oh.
He was making a joke.
I was being a jerk.
I was gonna say there's a
looks fun,
ton here.
actually.
There is a ton here. This demo is 13 gigabytes, so there's a lot that you can do.
Mm.
And essentially, now I'm racing these guys so that they'll let me pass up the mountain here, and I should be able to use my boost that I just unlocked.
Can you make him crash?
Following cyclist trails to draft them. Yeah, drafting lets you pick up speed and boost quickly.
I don't know if drafting really makes sense on like a bike race. It makes more sense on like a car because cars are like really big compared to
Yeah.
like a person on a bike.
Drafting when you're doing bike races is a thing.
I mean, I'm not doubting it's a thing. It just seems like it makes more sense than like a game with a car in it. But hey,
it does.
it is what it
but
is.
in real bike racing, it actually is a thing, though. It's a little over exaggerated biking game. Like it makes sense.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's
Ooh.
not like this
Wasting
is
my
realistic.
boost, but
This actually looks really fun.
yeah, this combines a bunch of things that I really love in video games. Like I love racing, I love exploration like this, and it has some arcadiness to it. Like it reminds me of Jet Set Radio in a lot of ways. It feels a little more structured than Jet Set Radio. But yeah, like this is really neat. I really like the art style except for the character design.
Are there like half pipes and stuff? Like kind of like how some biking games have like half pipes and stuff to do tricks? Almost like a skating game.
Yeah, I haven't encountered any half pipes or anything like that. I haven't played a whole lot through here yet. But I will say, like, it does have some pretty decent DualShock or DualSense support as well. Like, it's got some very fine rumble support. I haven't encountered any like trigger resistance or anything, but the rumble support is very good.
Oh, dude.
Like when you're
Triggers
riding on the
resistant.
road, it's very subtle, but if you go off into the dirt or the grass, it's quite different, and you feel the texture of the ground you're riding on, which is pretty neat.
Dude, I feel like this game would be a good opportunity to use the to do adaptive triggers. Not what are they? Resistive triggers? Adaptive triggers?
yeah.
I forget what the term
Resistive
is.
triggers. I feel you know what would be
Yeah.
really neat is if like you just hold the right trigger to pedal, but like if you had to like alternate back and forth the pedal and like different steepnesses resisted, that would be kind of cool. It would probably get very tiring very quickly though.
Dude, tell the developer to add that as like a hard mode feature.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
Anyway,
Alright,
it's a super fun game. I've really enjoyed my time with it. I haven't played a whole lot, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I guess it's is it okay if I take over now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So I'm gonna show off a game called Void War. And I guess later we'll show off a game. It's loading right now, but I'll show off Gal Guardians, and one of you guys can remote play and play co-op. It's supposed to have online play, but it doesn't have online play yet. Hold on. What do we screen?
I'm trying to quit my
Window. Void War. There we go. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna full screen it because I don't feel like it. But let's see. Yeah, whatever, dude. New game. The God King has fallen. The Empire is in despair. The time is nigh for you to be our instrument for salvation. You will now be familiarized with the basics of void warfare. Dude, I already played this game. So
oh my gosh, this is FTL.
this is
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with FTL, it's basically, but the default ship starts with and there's more emphasis on crew customization because you can equip. So I'm gonna hover over all these systems. It's very similar though. There's your hull strength, and you've got two dudes that join Imperial Enforcers, and they have an armor and a weapon slot. These guys do at least. Oh, there's a fire in my ship. Oh shit. Now in command mode, yada yada. Select all these guys, do that. And they put out a fire. Oh, there's a fire. But hey, let's open up the airlock instead. There, it's just like FTL, basically. So now you can put your commander in the command thread. Also, one more thing, if your main character dies, you lose the game entirely. Let's see.
Like, is it one of those, is it a roguelike then?
It is a roguelike, yeah. Hold on, let me lower the volume of this game. This game's kind of...
We can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Unless you select...
Yeah, but
audio. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're repairing the engines. It's basically like FTL, yes. I mean, it's not that surprising, to be honest. FTL is really good, though. Let's see. Now, what does the game want us to do? Oh, let's warp. All right, so should I go up or down?
Up.
All right.
Nice. The art style is very interesting. I like it. It's like basic, but it also has some character. And I really like the kind of user interface as well.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah,
It does look fun. It looks a little complicated, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so it wants us to send our crew into the so the beginning ship loads you up with a launch bay. And like later in the demo you can fight like demons and shit, and they have like demon hearts that'll summon demons in your ship. Oh, now we get to load. And then we get to unload them somewhere. Let's load them here. And look, our dudes are fighting now. Your crew will now attack the shield room. Wait, what? There we go. Yeah. Dude, I want to kill all the guys in there. God damn it. Whatever. The tutorial won't let me kill all the dudes there. I gotta...
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. But, let's see.
Definitely one that... So have you... As a roguelike, can you complete the dungeon or like this run?
It like stops halfway.
Oh, because the demo. Okay.
Yeah, the demo stops halfway. Yeah.
How long does it take to do a run? Like to get halfway through?
I think I had it. My run lasted like 90 minutes when I first did it, and I've only done one run.
Yeah.
And it wants me to equip a crew equipment onto my main character. So yeah, look, you can equip weapons and armor and shit onto your crew members.
I'll be right back.
And one run, I had a gun that like made poison. That like when one of my crewmates killed an enemy crew member, it like spread poison throughout the entire room, which is pretty cool. Damn, this tutorial is really long.
This is the thing. I don't like tutorials.
Oh,
that
look,
are
my life
that are
support
like
my
this.
life support system is down. Let's repair it real quick.
I like tutorials that are a little off to the side, not so abrasive.
See, I can. Oh, hey, the tutorial's over. Now we can play the game.
It makes me think of FTL meets Warhammer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So these guys have too many guys in there for you. And look, they got a skeleton here. Their commander's a berserker. Skeletons are weak though. I could probably kill most of them. See, so let's load the crew up, and let's wait. No, I can't target the life supply system. The demons don't need life supply. Don't need oxygen. Look, see, the skeletons, they're immune to suffocation, poison, and fire.
Okay.
All right.
Huh.
Yeah, my favorite strategy in FTL is to destroy the target the life supply is to try to target the life supply so that let's see. Oh, we got scrap, ammunition. And this ship doesn't come with a med bay to start with. Your troops have to rest like between each, so it should go up or down.
Let's do up.
Listening station and merchant. Let's go up. Let's see. The relay utilizes an ancient and powerful technology capable of broadcasting messages at ranges further than conventional equipment. It is said that certain raider clans use this technology for managing their networks of operatives throughout the galaxy. You have the opportunity to broadcast transmission. Do you pledge allegiance to a raider clan or move on?
Pledge allegiance. I don't know. do
Let's do it. See, you broadcast transmission, not your allegiance to whatever this clan this belongs to. You set the transmission to continuously move on with your journey. Several days pass. Encrypted message passes along with a small package. We hear you. We will put the word out. You better not mess this up. We will be watching. Okay. All right. And now... Wait, what? Hold on. I'm gonna go. They notice you'll never take us alive. Look, their ship's already on fire, dude. They're gonna lose. And then I'm gonna let's go after a door. So let's see. Dude, we should go after life support. That'll really let's go after the doors. All right.
Why did the other compartments go gray for a second? Did you like shut off their power or something?
No, so one of their guys was manning their sensor system.
Oh.
And that can block us from yeah, so there we go. So I think we should probably upgrade something. Like there we go. And then I think this will be the last one. I'll let one of you guys take over with another one of your games.
I have one lined up.
Let's see. Wow, there's nothing in this area? Well, fuck. See, an abandoned shipyard floats into view. It appears to be a safe place to rest. Should I repair hull points, heal my injuries, construct a machine slave, or scavenge munitions? Oh, let's get a machine slave.
Oh, God.
That's a hell of a way to say robot.
I know.
It's a very Warhammer thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with Warhammer lore because all the videos I've seen are like hours long. I don't feel like going through that effort. CC, your cartographic. All right, let's kill these guys. Let's see. So in FTL and of course this game, you get more resources if you manage to dispatch the crew without destroying the ship, which is my favorite tactic. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It does. Oh man, how does this run on the Steam Deck?
Quite well. The only real issue is that it's a mouse and keyboard game, so you need to customize your controls. And I know some people aren't willing to do that. Ooh. Choose one. Should I get a husk or a glaive? Let's see. Oh, dude, glaives. And so here's something you can do. You can equip one of your guys. Let's see. With a weapon. Let's put the glaive on this guy. There we go. Now he does a little more damage. All right. But I think I'll just call it for now. I'll let you guys take control of the next game.
My turn. I'm assuming. Let's see here. So this next one is post-trauma. Oh my gosh, post-trauma? Yeah, it's post-trauma. It is. I actually haven't played this one yet, but I've heard really good things about it, and I had it geared up. It is like an Evil Within meets Resident Evil kind of style. It's a from my understanding, a little bit old school meets new school. It is horror based, and so there's. We'll
is this running on the Steam Deck?
It is running on the Steam Deck. It's not running great, but oh gosh.
Oh, dude.
And yet the fire.
Oh.
That's brutal.
I think that's called murder.
That's called murder. Exactly, Holmes.
I don't know, man. If you get a good enough lawyer, it might be a manslaughter instead.
So, looking at the screenshots, anyways, it didn't look like it was the It's a grittier style, anyways. It didn't look like it was like overly graphically heavy.
I'm definitely getting Resident Evil vibes.
Yeah,
certainly see. I don't know. Maybe more. I need more Silent Hill vibes. He just woke up like somewhere. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know where he is. There's got to be an exit around here somewhere. He says. Cousin, do you want to go bowling?
yeah. So it feels like. Oh, those are interesting controls.
The frame rate it's not doing so hot, I will say.
It is not doing great at all. For this type of game, I would expect it to run better. So it's definitely not optimized.
Yeah.
For the way
demos tend to be that way. They tend to not run so well, but then the full games run a little better. Whether it's through the optimization or the fact that it has shader, like it's done the shader compilation like ahead of time.
Let's do.
It's gotta be a way to.
We can fix this because it's set to. I think it's set.
Epic quality.
Even
dude, you gotta be
Epic,
kidding.
It didn't look like epic though. They should not have called it epic. What does that say?
That's a keyboard button, dude. I don't know what the button that is.
I don't know what button that is either. It's tab. Okay.
Tab. Where's the T?
Let's see.
It looks like there's a 3 in there too.
I know.
It looks like a math formula to me.
Did I? Settings have been applied. If you can revert back to.
Oh, press yes. Press yes. Press yes.
I did press yes.
All right. All right.
Like,
Whatever. Press back.
Save changes. Okay, that is a little bit of a bug in there. Okay.
Wait. What's going on now?
I have to put in a code, but I think we're missing a piece. So I'm trying to get out of this.
You can't get out of it? Oh.
I'm sure I can. I just have to figure out I'm not. Ooh, no, don't do that. I think I'm missing a piece. I cannot. Yeah, I know. I know. There we go. I used the B button on the Steam Deck. So we don't need to go much further, but it definitely has. This is survival horror. A little bit older school too, like Resident Evil style, where it has a fixed camera angle, right? But from my understanding, it's more of a mind f type of game, like Evil Within. So I definitely like these types of games. I'm very intrigued by this. I've heard of this game before, but this is my first time playing it. But we don't need to go much further. I definitely think it's going to be. Sorry, continue.
Is it tank controls or is it like kind of more modern controls?
Tank controls.
It looks more modern. Wait, is it tank controls for real?
I think so, in the sense it plays like Resident Evil, the old Resident Evils 1 and 2.
Yeah.
If you've ever played them.
Yeah, so like up on the D-pad is
I wasn't using
is go forward in whatever
mouse.
direction you're facing.
Using mouse and keyboard, but yeah, it has a fixed camera angle, and then you control the character throughout that camera angle. Is how it usually plays, and that's very Resident Evil 1 to 0, the older ones.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Here's my thing. I don't actually like that camera angle. For back in the day when I played it, it was fun. I like the newer third person that like Resident Evil 4 introduced, but I'm still here for this one, so we'll see. Because I'm always down for something new in this. So if it brings fresh enough ideas, then I'm down for it. But definitely wouldn't be able to play it on at least as of right now, wouldn't be able to play it on the Steam Deck.
A nice day for fishing.
Oh, dude, I've been having this issue with my controller. I thought I was ready. Sorry.
Well, what's the issue with the controller?
It doesn't stay connected when I switch apps.
Damn, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, let me just connect it. Nope, I can't control it. Oh, I'll use a keyboard. So this game is made from it's like made by some YouTubers. I don't know if they're funding the development from a studio or if they're doing it themselves, but have you heard of Viva La Dirt?
No.
Is that the YouTuber?
Yeah.
Can't say I have, no. Sorry.
They do like RPG style comedy. Like they do like live action.
Oh yeah.
Like RPG stuff. It's pretty funny. But in this game, you're playing as an NPC, and you end up getting like, you're an NPC that ends up being able to like actually take control and interact with other NPCs, and so it's really interesting because like, I don't know, the premise is pretty fun. So I haven't. So all of these guys here are like supposedly heroes, and your job has been to like give them the stuff they need for their quests, and then something ends up I'll skip this. Something ends up happening, and then you become like self-actualized, and you're capable of like actually going around and fulfilling quests. It's pretty fun. So, and all you can say is morning and nice day for fishing, which is really funny.
Dude.
So come on, let's skip through this. I just want to show you the gameplay. So A and D for walking. I have not played this with a keyboard, but I gotta get a quest from this guy. And now I have my first quest. So now I'm gonna. You can see they're like, how is it possible that you're accepting quests? Because you're typically
You're
an NPC.
NPC Fisher.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna grab this garlic, and I'll go back, and he's gonna like give me an extra task to do.
How are you able to do my quests?
Yeah. Since there's no adventure around, I wonder if you could help me with something else. I need some fish for dinner, and you're obviously the perfect man for the job. Nice.
Nice.
So if I hit J, you can see we have the quest map and everything, and I can come over here and I can actually fish. Again, I haven't done this on the keyboard yet, but it should be. Let's hit F. And so I have to like. I mean, it's basically a side-scrolling RPG, but I like the premise. I like the YouTube channel that made it. So I gotta catch one of these fish, and then you end up battling the fish. So I have to hit E in order to battle it, and the music that comes in is really funny. It's like super epic. There we go. So, and I just earned some XP, so now I can come over here.
So are all battles like engaged in like fishing, you could say?
Yeah, I haven't had like a real straightforward battle yet since I've been playing.
Dude, that probably is the main gimmick. All of those straightforward battles are just fishing battles.
Yep. But I mean, there isn't a whole lot more to show. Like, I feel like if I show more, it might be boring. But I really have enjoyed playing this. I've played maybe 25-30 minutes of it, and it's pretty good.
Dude. Looks pretty sick. Now I guess it's my turn to play a game. Now, I need to volunteer. Who wants to be player 2?
I can do it.
All right, sick. So let me get my controller ready since
Either way.
all right, so if you have a controller, you should probably get that ready. Yeah, do any of you guys have Steam? Actually, you know what? I think I could just use Steam. Yeah, okay, whatever it is. Steam input, cool. All right, now I gotta figure out how to invite one of you guys. Let's share the. There we go. Now, how do I share? Now, how do I invite you to this? Oh shit, that's right. Get the. So Gardner said he volunteered himself.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So how do I invite you? That's what I want now. Oh. Shit. Let me just do it from the Steam desktop. See, right click. Invite to watch. Hold on. There's no Steam not play together for this demo? What? Oh no, this ruined my entire plan.
Oh no.
Can you not play it?
It doesn't give an option for the demo to do Steam remote play together. Wait, let me see if they mentioned
Can
this
you
in
do
the
regular co-op though? Can you do regular without doing the remote play?
Yeah, you can. It's local only for right now though. They don't have online play for now. That's the problem. Screw it. We'll just play the game. Oh, wait, why? God damn it. I selected 2-player mode.
You might be able to invite someone now if you're in 2-player mode. Unless the demo says it.
Wait, what's going on? What'd you say?
I said you might be if you're in 2-player mode, you might be able to invite someone, but if they said that it doesn't work, then
yeah, it's local
stream.
only. But yeah, sorry, that's my bad. I accidentally turned it off. So, do you guys want to watch the story or not? Probably not, right? we'll just get to the good stuff.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So there's heaven, there's earth. You take the role of demon maids, and your castle gets invaded.
Oh, I like that art.
What I don't like is that the game defaults to using the stick first.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, so let's change this to D-pad. There we go. That's better.
I like the pixel art.
Yeah.
It's reminding me of like Castlevania meets like Metal Slug.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, there's the original game's actually on Steam right now. Gal Guardians, Demon Purge, but instead of being demon knaves, you are demon slayers. Let me turn on the volume for this game. This game's actually kind of loud. I can't hear you guys. Sorry, this is taking a million years to get to the good stuff.
It's all good.
There we go. There we go. So this is actually a Metroidvania too, but oh, like there's something hidden here, but nothing of value. Oh shit! No, not the coins. God damn it! I forgot about that.
Is this like procedurally generated or is it?
No, it's a roguelike.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Alright, so here's the funny part. If one of your characters dies, you have to resurrect them with CPR.
Oh, really?
You had to resurrect his soul using CPR. Alright, cool. Let's get this. So we're supposed to go this way. So it's pretty fun. I mean, it's pretty fun. And it's made by the same guys that made some of the like best Mega Man games, to be honest.
Nuns maids with guns is always good character design, Raichi. Yeah. No. Down for it.
Wait, what do you say? I didn't hear you.
Nuns and maids with guns is always good character design.
Dude, that's like peak anime, dude. Dude.
So, man, I got my
controller finally fixed. Sorry, I was
connected and everything. No, this game looks fun. I actually have it downloaded because it was on my recommended, I believe. I have a couple of them downloaded. It's one I didn't get to that yet, and I would have co-opted with you if
co-op with your
but since it doesn't work, yeah.
Oh, wait.
It is interesting though. It's like anime.
Oh, look, we got
chick Castlevania.
Look, we got a sub weapon for the little sister. The mate. Come on. Dude, this is why I couldn't be a streamer, man. I'm just so focused on the game. I can barely.
No, you're good.
Yeah, man.
It takes practice though.
Yeah, you gotta get used to streaming, like, and playing video games at the same time. I could not focus on both chat and the game itself.
You'd be
I'm
shocked.
not. I'm not.
It takes some practice. I think you'd be shocked. You could probably do it. The hard part is the energy that it sucks. Like it is very hard to stream and do everything else and like maintain like energy levels. That's why I don't stream games as much these days.
Dude, streaming is just hard. Like, like, I don't necessarily empathize with the streamers that say streaming is harder than like a daytime job. But you need to be like a certain type of person to like be able to stream properly.
I think it's
not
stupid to do comparisons because I think both are hard in their own ways. It just depends. Like streaming a game and being entertaining is not easy. If it was, I think a lot more people would be successful at it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people certainly try to do that, but it's a bit harder than I expected.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work and then you have to be entertaining. You have to have an interesting personality. You have to have a lot of, or some type of take. Like it takes a lot to do it.
Yeah, like,
and grinding. You have to grind a ton to find the audience.
Yeah, and like honestly, you have to spend a lot of time like just not making it anywhere. And and honestly, I don't think you can stream full time like unless you are established. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Why? Just because?
Well, like what I'm saying is that you shouldn't quit your day job just to pursue like streaming full time if you don't have the like faculties already set up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you don't have a way to support yourself and to do it, yeah, 100%. So there's a lot of different ways to start streaming if you want to do it, but do understand that you might not be as interesting as you think you are. And to be self-aware, it does help.
Yeah, you need to. I don't know. It's you just gotta have a magnetic personality, and honestly, a lot of gamers that do want to like. I'm sure there are a lot of people that want to get paid to play video games, but honestly, the best streamers have, or the most popular streamers have more than just I play video games. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can have like spicy takes. Like some people are like that, like where you have really harsh takes. You're just a very negative streamer. That can be successful. You just got to find what your niche is or what your hook is as a content creator. Same thing with videos. What's your hook as a content creator? Yeah. Why do people keep on coming back for you as opposed to someone else when there's a million videos out on them about everything these days?
Yeah, I know that when I stream, I have to have like somebody with me, like that I can play off of, because like unless I'm having like a huge, like amount of viewers with like a chat that's like happening, because otherwise like I don't know what to say. So Emily and I will like sometimes live stream from the sofa back here, and we play off each other.
What do you live stream on?
Huh? I don't live stream that often, but when I do, it's on YouTube on my
on your main
House
account?
Rules Gaming channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not your
main. Oh, it makes sense, man. You have the biggest. Yeah, most of your audience is on YouTube, right, Gardner?
Oh yeah. And also, I think I really don't like Twitch. I think Twitch is super evil. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Twitch. I mean. Most people watching streams are on Twitch, but at the same time, though, the way Twitch like pushes advertisements on everyone is just not great.
Yeah. I usually get like 200 people watching, like over the course of like a 2-hour stream or so, which I feel is decent. So.
That's not bad at all. If it's on Twitch, back when I was doing it a lot more. And if you're consistent, people will remember. And Raichi, I think, would pop in every once in a while there. But or maybe he was there a lot more than I realized. He was there a lot actually. That 5 to 10 people I think is what I'd average on average, but you know, at any given time, it wasn't too bad. YouTube at times, on my alt account, I could get up to 20, but you have to be consistent.
Yeah, I'm not consistent, so I don't ever.
I'm not either, and I like doing it though, and I have plenty of people that would, because of Games Revealed, I have a lot of people that would come over and we would chat. So I'm with you, Gardner. I have to be able to play off someone, so I have plenty of people that I could typically play off of, but it still is tiring, and that was that's why I don't do it as much. Even though I find it really fun, it's very exhausting for me right now.
Yes, I agree.
Because you have to stream a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys. I think we all play off of other people better than just solo streaming. It's part of why I wanted to establish this podcast, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I like doing the podcast. I stream more than I release videos right now on Games Revealed, partially because I just have like a weekly stream that I do that I've been doing for a while, and I want to keep up with it. But that is only an hour and a half, so it's not hard. Or if you're streaming, and that's stuff like what we talk about here in some ways. But if I was playing games, much more difficult because it just requires all the different attention. Like you have to be playing, watching chat, and everything like High Tech said. Now, it's fairly doable. It's just exhausting for me right now, which sucks.
Yeah, I'm looking at my VOD history.
All right. That was the first boss. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now.
Nice. I'm looking at my VOD history, and Emily and I were streaming like 2 years ago, and this stream was 3 hours long, and I had 348 views.
It's not bad.
I'm not gonna lie. The only time I've ever streamed was the Game Awards.
Yeah.
I would always stream my reaction to those. Those streams are fun. We should do. Yo, hold on. When's the next big event that is hopefully not in the morning where we're all at work? Like what's next? The next Nintendo Direct April 2nd. What day is April the 2nd? It's a Wednesday. 6 a.m. PDT. That's 9. God damn it! I'm at work. Fucking Nintendo. Why couldn't they do it at night when we're all available and can stream?
Yeah.
Oh wait. I've played this game. I've played this demo. This demo's sick.
Haste Broken World. Yeah. I'm gonna kind of skip through the story.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I actually haven't played this before. So this is running on the Steam Deck and it's streaming in through my MacBook.
Oh, is that what you're doing? You're doing Steam Remote Play to stream? Dude, I gotta say, this game is really sick. I'm not gonna say it anymore, but just play it.
I'm getting strong. I'm getting strong. Running around at the speed of sound.
No, like 5 things. Hold on, press the right stick and start running. There we go.
It's weird.
Yeah, you have to hold A to start fast falling, and you gotta do it at the right angle, basically.
Yeah. Ooh. Uh-oh. Yep. Wow, this is hard. It says L3, but I'm pressing R3 to get it start running. I think there might be something messed up with my
R3 worked for me. L3 worked for me.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what's throwing me off. Is that
that's a good fucking landing. Yeah, you're getting it. You're getting it.
It's like a runner. right? And
It's a
so
it's a roguelike.
it's a roguelike runner.
Yeah,
Uh,
just about.
it's honestly, this is the type of game I'd love to just pick up and put down. So this will probably be something I pick up. I mean, I watched trailers for a lot of the games I've downloaded. I know I haven't played it until I'm gonna biff it potentially. This is this is definitely really fun. I'm not gonna make it.
No.
The
Woo!
the tutorial tells you to use your board. You see that yellow gauge above?
Yeah,
That's how much surfboard energy you have. You get more of it by getting better landings,
interesting.
and it increases your hang time too in the air
Ooh. Oh,
by a little bit.
What is this
Worked
game
out.
called?
Haste, something.
world.
Dude, this looks really cool to me.
Yeah. It makes me think of Power World a little bit too with its art style.
What is the game? Was there like a skateboarding game that was like this, but it was a side scroller?
That is actually I don't
A
know.
skateboarding game?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a bike game, Turbo Kid. That was a Metroidvania with
Oh.
like a bike. It's almost like Trails mixed with like a Metroidvania style of combat. But I think there was another game like that too, Leica. That was they call it a Motorvania.
No.
Mm.
Wait, what am I supposed to be doing? Maybe I should have read what I was supposed to be doing. Oh well.
Don't worry, the game will probably inform you.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna be done soon, so you guys can pick up the next demo if we're still. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't have any more demos.
And
Um,
I could probably think of one. I only selected 2 so far.
We don't need to go over if we don't want to. I mean, we've already been streaming for what 2.5 hours.
Yeah, there is one other demo that I think is really cool. It's called Metro Gravity.
This is why farming simulator streamers are successful. It's easier to multitask. Yeah, the cyberpunk T-pose on the motorcycle glitch was amazing. Oh gosh, thank you, Raichi.
Is this the parkour gal from the car windows in my childhood? What?
What does that mean, Raichi?
Yeah, what does that mean? All right,
Was it-
but instead of showing you gameplay, I'll show you the trailer for it, if that's okay.
yeah.
Do
Because
it.
I don't feel
Go
like,
for it.
yeah. So,
Okay.
oh what? All right. There's no sound.
The question I asked about a skateboarding game, I remember now. I don't remember the name of the game, but it was like a mobile game, and all you did was tap on the screen to like dive, and then you would let go and you'd fly up. It was pretty cool. It reminded me of this. I don't remember the name of it though.
All I know is I want to go and play more Haste after this.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, hold on.
and it
So
runs well too.
here, so I'm gonna share this tab with you guys, and this one's gonna have audio because
That's loud.
this demo is actually really cool. It's a Metroidvania with like a gravity twist.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure half of the stuff in the trailer isn't in the demo,
Oh.
but yeah, it's also kind of confusing. The game is also kind of mind bending as well.
It looks fun,
But
but not here for that music though. That music was
Yeah.
gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. It's gonna murder me.
Yeah, the most of the demo doesn't sound like that though.
Okay.
Most of it's more
So the
like
demo doesn't
chill or it's more like chill or low. I don't want to say lo-fi, but it's kind of lo-fi almost.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that then, because that trailer music I couldn't do. Wow, that threw me off bad.
Well, the cool thing you could do is turn down the music volume as well.
Oh yeah. Okay, to clarify with what Raichi said earlier, Many kids, when they are bored in the car, they imagine a stick man jumping and doing parkour in buildings while following the car. Yes, I get that now. That makes a lot more sense, and that's kind of what that game feels like. Okay.
Gravity Rush successor. They should port Gravity Rush to PC. Sony. Fucking Sony.
Gravity Rush definitely is one of their underrated title. I'm shocked that it doesn't get more love from Sony.
Well, that's because it doesn't fit Sony's agenda of third-person story-based man with little child format.
Man with little child.
Or Spider-Man.
To be fair, it is successful format though. They tried going to live service, and it's like, almost.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying Gravity Rush doesn't fit that, and
Well,
so
I
they
mean,
decided to go all in on. They went like
hopefully
last
it's an
generation.
era.
They went. Yeah, last generation they went all in on that. This generation they tried to go with the live service motto. Not very successful, I would say. Speaking of other Sony games that are getting spear successors, do you guys remember Patapon?
Yes.
Patapon.
So the original developers started their own studio, and they're making a game that's essentially a spiritual successor to Patapon called Radatan.
Is there anything on it?
Oh, what do you mean? It's on Steam. It'll be on Steam.
Is it on Steam?
Yes, it will be on Steam.
Or it will be. Okay, I was just curious if I could look it up.
Yeah, it's not out yet. I wish they had a Next Fest demo. But the game will be out on Steam, and it looks awesome. And have you guys it's on fucking Sony? God, they have so many IPs too. All right, I spelled Ratatan wrong. Sorry.
I mean, you're not wrong, Rachie. Remember, the average age of gamers is 34 now, so the dad and child formula is a hit. I mean, I have kids. It is a hit, but we got.
Is it really 34?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it's a little higher than that. You have a lot of people that grew up playing games in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and some of them still do. They're just that might be grouped in also with FIFA people, which that's an whole other.
That's true.
Yeah.
Other group.
Are Gen Zers interested in video games when they could be on TikTok instead?
They are more interested in so it depends on if they bring in mobile gamers. Gen Z tends to play games a little bit more on mobile, and also tends to be more distracted with TikTok, like you said. But I mean it's more of Gen Alpha that's causing it. But my kids play games, so.
Yeah, I understand a lot of younger kids, they play Roblox and Minecraft and Fortnite and stuff, but I wonder if the kids are showing interest in a traditional style video game as opposed to a live service like those games. Those games with a lot of user generated content.
My kids are,
I should say.
My kids like I said, but then again, mine are 4 and 8. They like Astrobot. They like Minecraft. They're at an age. We'll see when they get into their preteens and teens. That will definitely be the solidifying grounds of what traditional game style that they play. But right now, it's nothing too crazy. It's not like they like mobile. They like a variety of different games. So
very nice. Yeah, I mean, hey, more power to them, and good on you for not letting them play bad video games
like Roblox. I'd rather them play Mortal Kombat. I'd rather them play Grand Theft Auto than Roblox, because
that's a bit of a crazy take, but it makes sense in context.
Yeah, because at least there's no real world predators on GTA, as long as it's not GTA Online. But all the predators you can murk in that in GTA.
Yeah, and I think GTA 4 had a little Easter egg where if you go to a website that's like meant if you like in the in-game web browser, if you try to go to like a website that's like for like little girl pageants or some bullshit like that, you get 5 stars immediately.
Oh gosh, I didn't even know about that. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if
Interesting.
it's in GTA 5, but I know that
I mean, I'm not gonna let my kids play GTAs at this age, of course, but I'm just saying that's how bad Roblox is in my eyes. If they want to do a good PR marketing tour and actually spend a lot of money on making it safer and a lot more streamlined elements that are better for younger kids, go for it. But they're not doing that. So,
dude, what you should do is get your kids hooked on Ultra Kill. They'll
2013.
never experience an FPS as good as Ultra Kill again. Have you played Ultra Kill?
Yeah, it's good.
Have you played Gardner?
No.
Do you know what it is?
It's a fairly gory like boomer shooter.
It's a boomer shooter mixed with like Devil May Cry like style like combat. So it's like
Oh, really?
it's an emphasis on like stylish combat, like stylish shooting combat, and like the amount of tech you can do in that game is insane. Like the game itself, like you could go through it like as a sort of basic like sort of shooter, but like getting high style points and doing it fast and effectively is very difficult, I should say. I like a couple of updates ago, I managed to P rank the first hidden boss. It's still in early access, by the way.
Yeah,
I should
saw
mention.
that. That's interesting. That's still in early access.
But the game is getting updates. It's not like it's abandoned or anything. It's also published by New Blood, and I think you guys know who New Blood is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Oshry called me based once. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot how like Dusk. Dusk is another good one that they make.
Yeah, they're like almost all boomer shooters. I don't know if they publish anything that isn't a boomer shooter besides like Gloomwood. But and that's like an immersive
Galaxy
sim.
Squadron X Turbo.
How's that?
They published that. It's one of those.
Is it a shoot 'em up? A shmup?
It's a airplane, like the airplane ones where they just continually shoot and you're flying through, but this is a space one, so you're always shooting and you can upgrade it and shoot in different directions.
It's like a vertical shmup.
Yeah.
It's like Raiden or Dar or
Yeah, shoot 'em up.
Gradius.
Interesting.
Oh, dude, shmups are so good, and there's quite a few of them on the Next Fest. Most of them are Toho based though. So I don't know if you like the bullet hell or not.
They're
But
fun, but I played so much of them at one point I kind of got sick of them. I'm here for like even if it is very gritty because it's harder to make, especially as an indie developer. Like I'm here for first person or third person style games that are even mod quality. Like I'm here for that type of stuff. Like I like that type of game. But obviously there's other styles that I like too. I'm not as big into the side scrolling Metrovania. That's not actually, but I'll still play them every once in a while. Just depends on what type of game it is.
it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the Next Fest is almost over. So what would we rate this Next Fest?
I honestly, it's interesting.
I mean,
I couldn't
I've enjoyed all but 2 of the games that I tried, and I think I've tried like 10 games.
What games did you not enjoy?
I don't really want to poo-poo on stuff I'm not enjoying.
But that's fair enough. So let's look at the top demos of this. You guys. So I'm gonna pull up on the screen too.
I will say,
And look at it.
Fearfut 98 is very buggy, but it is interesting. I will say that I've not enjoyed it, but it is interesting.
So here are the top demos. I'll just go down like I don't know 50 or so. Mecha Break. I tried this one out. It's actually pretty fun. It's also online multiplayer. It's almost like Armored Core, but like not as wavy feeling. Among Us 3D. Oh, they're making Among Us 3D.
Yeah, My son played this a little. He liked it.
Roadcraft. I think someone mentioned this earlier. It looks pretty neat.
Yeah, I want to pick it up, but I just still haven't done it yet.
Fellowship. Wait, what kind of game? Is this a MOBA? I can't tell from this. Oh, maybe. Haste. Hey, look, it's that game.
Yeah, it's Haste. Haste, I know, is pretty far up there. Like, people are really liking it. It's a fun game.
Yeah. Look, you get a grappling hook. You can get a grappling hook too if you're lucky.
This
See,
was
Gothic
a
1 remake.
weird one that they did, that this is added into this Next Fest, but Gothic 1 remake. I'm down for this one. I haven't installed it yet though.
I tried running on the Steam Deck. It doesn't run that well.
I'm not shocked.
See, Shape of Dreams looks like a MOBA, whatever, I guess. Solar Punk looks like a cozy game.
Yep.
You guys know how I feel about cozy games.
You don't like them. I'm
I don't like them most of the time.
I'm here for cozy games. It just really depends, and this one looks unique. So,
Let's see. There's also
I haven't downloaded. I haven't tried it yet.
Here's the Game of Thrones game that I mentioned earlier. It looks like a mobile. The graphics don't look like a mobile game, but the interface looks like it is a mobile game almost.
That was this Game of Thrones just doesn't throw me as something that would be on the Next Fest. That's what, if some of these games on here like Dune and Game of Thrones throws me off being on here.
Yeah, I mean, we sometimes do see AAA developers joining the Next Fest. Like, we've seen Square Enix do it, like, almost every other time they've done it. And then here's Dune. This one is not a demo. It's a benchmark and a character created, like, demo.
Interesting.
But there's no actual gameplay in here.
That
pisses me off. I don't know why it's part of the Next
Yeah.
Fest.
I
But
like benchmarks, but yeah, that is weird to have a demo that's not playable.
There's a Nine Kings. Okay, I guess. Let's see. Schedule 1. What is this? Oh, it's a crime simulator. Whatever. PUBG Blind Spot. This one looks kind of fun. I actually haven't played this one. It's a 5e, but I feel like PUBG's main appeal is that it's the battle royale that I feel is the main appeal. You drop in with no weapons and stuff. You have to scavenge for them and then kill other people before they can find weapons to kill you. I feel like that's the main appeal. I feel like this kind of just doesn't fit that appeal. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't played it.
I haven't played it either.
It definitely doesn't look something like I would play.
Let's see. The King is watching. Roguelike Kingdom Builder. Huh.
It looks interesting.
Lost Skies. What kind of game is this? Is it? Oh, it's a base builder. Like, kind of like, I don't know, a lot of games.
I like base building and like card building and like I like some of the stuff. Like, it's just so much though. That's the problem. There's so much, and and some of these trailers don't look interesting enough to me, and some of them do look. It's so hard.
Dude, PC gamers are not beating the allegations of being a survival crafting like generation. See, there's Tempest Rising. Looks like an RTS. I know Gardner likes RTS. Oh yeah, right. You gotta get going soon. See, let's just go down the list. See, the first Berserker Kazan. Oh yeah, this one was part of it. I didn't know this one. That's a good demo. But if you don't like Souls likes, then you're not gonna like it probably. Let's see if there's anything that really sticks out though. Before Nightclub Simulator. The fuck is this?
The simulator genre has gone off the rails.
What's next? Simulator?
We're enjoying it, I guess. I'm not.
Ooh, focus with your avatar. This is. I've seen a couple of demos that are like, oh, it's like a cozy sim, but like it's not even a cozy. It's not even a game, really. It's more like just there to have nice background music and like something in the background while you do your like day job or whatever at home.
Yeah.
I wish I could work from home, but that's never gonna happen.
Why?
Because my job indicates I need to be there.
I know, but is that what you're gonna do the rest of your life? Maybe one day you'll.
I don't know, Nate. I don't know. I sure hope I can do things from home. The 100 Line Academy. This one's made by the same guys that made Danganronpa.
Oh, Monaco 2. Did you ever
I don't
play
think
any
I've
of
played
the demos?
Monaco. I have
I haven't-
not. No.
It was really, really good.
It looked good.
See.
I looked at the trailer for that one. It looked good,
Yeah.
but I didn't play it.
All right, and
House of the
I'm
Dead
gonna
2.
tell you a little secret. I have an unofficial policy where I do not cover games like Vampire Survivors anymore. I've done too many of those the last couple of Next Fests, but I don't want to do it anymore.
Mm.
Cover those sorts of games.
I don't blame.
No offense to any developers that are watching. Oh, there's a Gal Guardian Servants of the Dark. We just covered that.
It's.
All right, I think
I feel like there's a lot of hidden gems in this list that we're looking at because there's a lot of really good ones. They're just further down.
Mm-hmm.
But
see Nitro Express. Oh yeah, I've played this one too. It's a side-scrolling, like run and gun sort of game. And Void War.
So let's wrap this up. I think Next Fest is been fun for me this year, especially since there's a couple of really good. There's always like survival horror is always like a big genre. I feel like every year in this, but I definitely feel like there's a couple of them that really stood out to me. Even though Post Trauma didn't play well, it is an interesting style. There's also like Dark Water. Twisted Tower is more of a like, BioShock horror style. But then they have a lot of really like fun, like one we didn't look at that I played was Wander Stop. That one very much was very whimsical. A warrior that was really wanting to like just be the best and is learning to like relax, and it's kind of it's an interesting style of that type of game. It's interesting. So I would definitely say there's a couple of really big gems for me, and probably one of the next fests that I've been more excited to play the demos. And Haste alone for me is one I'm going to go back and play, and I'll probably end up buying it because it's fun, just from that little bit we played.
Dude, Haste is a lot of fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I definitely want to try it out when it comes out, whenever that is. I don't know when that is, to be honest.
Chat. Okay, while we're wrapping this up, chat. Anyone on YouTube, if you're watching this after the fact too, and you can comment, let us know what your favorite game on Next Fest is this year. What's the game that you're most excited for that we could also be maybe keeping an eye out for and that we could play later? But let us know in the comments or in chat. And Gardner, did you have a favorite this time, or what did you think of Next Fest?
Yeah, I had. I really enjoyed it. I think Wheel World is my favorite game that I played. It was the one that kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know, when I saw the screenshots, I was like, oh, it looks kind of neat, and then I played it, and I was like, oh, this is hitting everything that I like about games. So it was quite fun.
So it's Wheel World,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I actually thought it looked pretty interesting too. I'm curious how much it's going to cost because that will determine how much. If it's, let's say, a $20 game, there's a good chance I'll probably pick that up because I actually really like that. And it worked on the Steam Deck fine, didn't it, for you?
Yeah, if you're playing on Linux, you got to launch the DX11 version. The DX12 version does not. It even on my desktop, it's like 4 or 5 frames a second. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
But it worked. It had like a 25 to 30 FPS on the Steam Deck. So it's a little, but it's also a demo. So
it's a demo. The way it looks like it also could use some optimizing because it's not a very demanding game. From the way it looks. So. I actually have a lot of hope for that game too because it's the type of game that I could pick up on the Steam Deck and put down, and those are what I'm here for these days.
Yeah, I got a lot farther on the Steam Deck than I did on my PC, so it's I like it. I think it's the game I'd recommend.
Cascade.
And I think Void War might be my favorite demo I tried out.
Nice.
And for those of you that want to play on Steam Deck, you can do it with a touchscreen too. Actually, I forgot about this. Sometimes I forget that Steam Deck has a touchscreen, but you could do it that way, or you could just I don't know, use the trackpad to play. That's probably what you should do anyways, to be honest. And I think this episode's been quite the long episode. I guess this happens when we go off the rails.
Yeah. Hey, I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun to have our topics that we talked about because you know me and the framework desktop. I'm glad. Thank you guys for chatting with me about that because I'm really excited for that one. But also it was fun taking turns and just showing which games we were really excited for. And I definitely think we'll have to refine this obviously and like put like time limits on some of these, but and I'll come better prepared. But I think for like end of the year or games, like I think at the end of this year, having our favorite games, like 2 or 3 of our favorite games, and just stream them a little bit,
Yeah.
take turns. I think it'd be fun actually while we talk about it
Agreed.
as another special.
And yeah, I mean, we should do more live episodes more often. We just gotta, I think, it is fun doing like an unedited version of our podcast because, make no mistake, we do quite edit our podcast quite a bit down. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely adds a lot of trickiness to it, but it is fun to do this and to chat with people and see chat and everything. And I think we'll do better at marketing too. Like we were like I was not like we were a little wishy-washy on how we were going to do this, and that was probably more me being wishy-washy. So we definitely will I'll be better on this type of thing and market it better on my side. But it very exciting.
Yeah.
Like it was very fun.
I've had a blast.
yeah, I had a blast too, man. All right, and if you're watching this on, well, actually, shoot, how are we gonna handle this for like all the audio viewers? Because they certainly can't watch us play video games.
Yeah, we might just leave the
Yeah.
the gameplay to YouTube and cut it for the audio version.
Yep. So
And mention that it's on, and also mention that that portion's on YouTube.
Yeah. So if you're listening to the audio version, you want to hear us talk about like the games we enjoyed, you should definitely check us out on YouTube.
Yep. It's a good segue over there. Sometimes the audio version sometimes will just be lacking, and that's just not usually. Usually we include everything that we do on YouTube, but sometimes like with these specials, it's probably best to just go to YouTube to consume it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. With
Honestly,
that, make
man.
sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for me, I like to say crowbar as a Half-Life fan. And yeah, make sure to, if you're listening to this after the fact on a different platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, make sure to follow us there, and if you're in the Fediverse, even better, you can comment there, and we will keep an eye out for your guys' comments and try to in the future start doing a Q&A maybe as a special in the near future, and we'll start to promote that soon. So
Share with your friends too.
Yes,
sharing is caring.
absolutely.
All right.
Okay, thanks guys.
Have a good day, everyone.
Yep, have a good one.
We'll see you.
Peace out later. Okay,
Yeah, that was a good episode.
That was awesome.
it was fun.
We should